on air. There it is, baby.
Oh my god.
That's the thing we worship.
It's the city.
In New York.
Oh wow. Yeah.
This is
God. So glorious.
this is so fucking good.
This music too.
This music is so fucking good.
Ooh, certified rail fans.
A bird.
Seagull. Okay. Oh yeah.
Listen to this shit.
Oh my god. They're making it look good.
Yeah.
It is good. Oh, the city. I see.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're making it look fast too.
Listen to this fucking.
Guys,
That's not Chicago.
what the hell is that?
Boo! Get that shit out of here.
That's other rails.
Yeah, there are actually 2 other cities we can go to.
Are they also in Illinois?
No, they're in Japan.
The contrast will be so insulting. Oh my
That
god.
little random nubbin out in this lake. Who lives there? What
Oh,
goes
I
on
love
there?
those. Nothing. Nothing now.
Yeah. Man, I
Oh.
can't believe they took the IMAX out of Navy Pier.
That's the whole point of going.
Yeah.
Budge at a
Ugh.
weird NPR
So,
studio.
do you notice the fucking like the dee-doo samples from the actual L that they have in this fucking song?
Wait,
No,
I
I didn't
can't.
hear that.
I need to like. That beep beep is from the L.
I think so.
It's really sped up because it's in the real life.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
That
familiar to me,
dee-doo,
but-
it's the dee-doo.
I'm getting it like through the mush of like internet. I'm not hearing.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
high res sound that I'm sure you
Oh.
are playing it in an original hardware PS3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I
Okay.
gotta say my joke on air. Everybody, get ready for
What
my
joke? You didn't say a joke before.
When you told me about this game, a Japanese-only rail simulator for the PlayStation 3, featuring the Chicago Brown Line, I couldn't believe it existed. After all, the PS3 has no games. Hey,
Oh, yuck. Oh,
Anyway,
yeah,
I don't
that
have
was
any
good.
applause.
now.
I don't have any applause or laughter, but that needs to be added.
It was better slower. Yeah.
I realized I almost forgot to say that it was a PS3 game, thereby rendering the punchline meaningless.
Okay, so before we
Yes.
start this, actually, I have a whole thing that I did.
Oh.
Oops.
We banished the boys.
I'm gone.
That's cool.
Oh, why is it? Oh, that's
Ooh.
quiet. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Here we go.
Internet, cyberspace.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace,
Ooh.
sex-free,
Sex-free.
hello
CNET.
virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the
Star
world, and
Wars.
to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Oh, whoa, okay. Everybody put together for Maddie. She
Yes.
just stays making shit. for
So, let me actually
Wow.
pull it up. So, so this is a thing that we've done already. This is a segment we've kind of done already. So I had one for this, but I have multiple now because of the beautiful hold screen. I had to go back to Gift Cities, and I found some wonderful things. So we'll just look at those quickly. Let's start with this one. Hold on. Here we go.
What am I looking at here?
Um, This is
That's Frasier.
is that Frasier, that gif?
No,
Is that-
that's Frasier? That's Frasier did 9/11 because the Twin Towers are there.
Yeah.
Okay, this was labeled as Chicago, and I was like, I don't think that's Chicago, so I did not put it on the hold screen. But it does. This is Tash's page.
Oh my god.
She's from Chicago, and she's really proud of that. She's got the Chicago, she's got the Chicago flag.
Wrong shade of blue. The Pantone's off.
It's true. That is true.
She predicted the epidemic.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Wait, what?
Oh!
Wait,
Oh
what?
my God!
It says the epidemic on her
Oh
page.
God, you're
How
right.
did she
She
know?
saw she knew.
They took it away because
Epidemic.
she's
Oh
got
no,
too
it's not
close.
archived.
The people were
Wait,
astonished. At
this
the
page is
document.
not available on the web because access is forbidden.
She got too fucking close.
Oh,
The
man.
man doesn't let Tosh speak the truth about the epidemic.
What the
They took her
fuck?
out.
It actually says
fucked up.
forbidden. It doesn't say. Let's get some of that good music on in the background.
Oh my
too.
god. Marquez, the GM, says Nostradamus. No Tris. You get it.
Nosh dash dash.
Nostradamus.
Oh my god.
I also,
Okay.
she had a page called My So-Called Art. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Gosh,
so
the
this
only
is-
thing you need to do to be an artist is make art. Don't
It's really
don't be
good.
your own critic here.
Yes. If you're gonna present it, say it with your whole chest.
Oh, this website. This is one of the best websites I've ever seen from Gift Cities, and I've seen a lot of good ones.
Oh,
Oh wow.
bigify this art. Oh yes, it's
Yes.
anime.
Anime girl. Anime punky girl. Yes. I
Yeah.
definitely sat next to her in 6th grade.
Oh yeah, I love. She said, and one thing that I really love is that about me. She is 18, which I don't know. I do find that a little hard to believe, but I love
A
that.
little convenient.
Mhm.
Tasha.
God, I remember know enough about punk subcultures that the word "oi" means something to you.
Yeah. What do you guys think of these bands? Because I don't know most of them. Maybe you might be the right
You
person
don't
to
know
know.
Sublime?
Well, I know Sublime. Yes. Okay. Sublime. The Specials, X-Ray Specs, Cockney Rejects, Devotchkas.
I'm a big
Devotchka.
specials guy.
Devotchka. I like Devotchka in my indie era.
Yeah, Joe's a big specials guy. They were like one of the originators of ska, at least in the mainstream.
And everyone's probably heard
Yeah,
Ghost Town, like the Shaun of the Dead song. You know the one. They also
Oh,
sing
apparent-
about Rude Boys.
Apparently, the Epidemic is a band.
Oh,
Well, they're gone now. They've been canceled from the earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were they
Yes, it the lead singer has her life story is interesting. I can't remember it now, but when I read it at the time, I was like, wow. And she's very got a lot of energy.
So what? So this seems like a legit list.
A grievous bodily harm.
The Misfits.
Screeching Weasels, Black Flag.
Dead
I didn't listen to
Kennedys.
Black
Yeah.
Flag.
This is a Riot Fest list, basically. Like some of these MFs are at Riot Fest.
Rancid.
Yeah, Rancid Distillers. This is Riot Fest. No, this is a Warped Tour. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
That's in Chicago,
DOA.
right? Am I wrong?
Warped Tour goes all around. It's a tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Or notably in the southwest suburbs in Tinley Park for the Chicago part of the tour.
Yeah.
The cultural hub that is the southwest side.
Yo, I want to listen to the Ducky Boys. I have never heard of them. They sound.
I bet they have good shirts. Chat is saying the Sickos levels are a little quiet.
Okay. Good
Thank
to
you.
know.
Thank
Is
you.
that-
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Do we do that or do we yell?
No, I got it. I
Oh,
got it.
please do not yell. I'm glad that you've been doing like audio production in a very serious way for years, and that was your solution.
I haven't been
Yes.
streaming.
Please yell and spit and eat the mic.
Yeah, that's how you.
Shoot.
It's called making a choice. If you've ever heard of acting, you'd know.
Commit to the bit. Yeah.
There it is.
Mhm.
God.
The beautiful Chicago.
It's a beautiful city. Okay,
Beautiful
so
city.
we'll go to the there's also this. I won't spend too much time on these. Hold on. That one, right?
Oh yeah.
So this is another really good one. This is where I got the Metra train gif. Metra, the way to really fly. Oh.
I think that's
More-
still the name, or it's very close.
Like you'd be foolish to change your slogan because it owns.
Yeah.
I like that they have About My Metro Pictures and See My Metro Pictures, which are different and links. And then there's also About My Metro Captures and See My Metro Captures. I could not figure out what the difference between the pictures and the captures are. I think the captures are videos, but they do not include videos here. They just include screenshots. These are the pictures.
Oh my god.
I think that they're analog and then scanned in because she mentions.
Oh yes. Wow. It's
Yeah.
got those numbies in the bottom.
Yep.
From
I love that.
99, or
Yep.
or she didn't know how to update her camera, which is also good.
No, this is one of the oldest ones that I've seen because these were all of these were captured in 2009. So most of them are kind of recent, relatively, of GeoCities history. This is one of the oldest ones I've seen because it appears not to have been updated since 1999.
God.
Wow.
Really,
that's so
really
pure.
great stuff.
They don't have those cars that are, or at least I don't see them, where it's got like the white and orange, the orange stripe on the window level.
Mm,
Oh, did they
Is
stop?
this
with
what
the-
train spotting is? Is this like what the appeal is?
yes.
Am I gonna
No.
like become Ewan McDonald now?
Well, you can do heroin if you want to.
I don't
You
know.
can see the baby.
I need to be much better at
Yes.
piano before I start doing heroin.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Well, it
reminds
might
me.
help.
That reminds me. These are the Anime Sickos.
Oh
Yes.
fuck!
This
Welcome
is
everyone.
Tom
That's
and
relevant,
Joe of the
but
Anime
no.
Sickos.
We had a true cold open today, which we don't normally do for the stream. Normally, we just kind of fuck around for 20 minutes. But
yeah.
we just dove in. So for those of you, actually, well, I was gonna just link to your Twitch, but that's silly.
We do have oh yeah, that's right. We have our credits, which has all of our stuff, and we do actually have guest credits.
guess
So
guest
if you
credits.
they don't
Yeah.
their videos aren't here, so
Oh,
you guys are banished. But yeah, it's Tom on Twitter and Joe on Twitter, and then their website and their Patreon. Please patronize.
podcast
They're very good podcasts.
It's so good. Please
It's so
listen.
cool when people give us $5. It's so nice.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
In like
And
4 months still. In 4 months, at the current level of patronage, Sicko Shack 2 will be paid for.
Oh my god,
That
that's
shit-
incredible.
How much did you spend on it again? Was
About $10,000.
that's
Yeah, it
so
was a- it
that's
was a-
so
so
fucked
wild.
up. Like
That's so
that's
good.
crazy. You're so about that life though, Tom. So for people who don't know, Tom used to host a live show here in Chicago called The Skewer, which both Joe and I had performed in, and like you paid people for being in that shit. Meanwhile, a lot of way like bigger, older shows in Chicago were like, "Fuck you," you know.
Yeah, there's a show that's called something like The Book Knife, and they pass around a donations bucket. And I was there with my homie Eric Ruel, who co-founded the Skewer with me, and he had been on The Book Knife as a performer. And I'm like, "Where does that money go? Is that how you get paid?" And he's like, "They don't pay." And I'm like, "Why are they passing the bucket around?" And
Yeah.
at that moment, I became an enemy of The Book Knife, and I've never respected them since. I consider it a failure of a creative endeavor. And The Skewer, when we started it, the first thing was the bucket is where the fucking money to pay the people comes from.
Mhm.
So when we pass the bucket around, you know where it's you know why. I was so
Yes.
like I couldn't believe, like I was close to walking out when I realized they were passing the bucket around for question mark. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Tithing.
it's like there's no production value in a live show. You fucking the venue has the mic there.
Yeah.
You
Right.
show up
And they get
and
bar
talk.
sales. Yeah, like same thing with the paper machete, which is racking up. Especially
I was trying to keep it. I was trying to not say the name by saying The Book Knife.
Oh.
Yes, the
the
paper
book knife, the
machete.
paper machete. Well, I talk shit here, so.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
For
We
years
one
they
of
were
our
pulling
one of
out
our
this,
most
but-
recent guests told this very long, very beautiful Eric told this very long, beautiful story about a place and that involved, like, the story involved a murder, because someone wasn't on their meds, and that was condoned by the institution. And then the basically the punchline of the story was, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to work there next, like in a couple months.
Yeah.
So that's
he's
this.
teaching transcendental meditation again.
Oh,
everybody,
God
in case you
bless.
wanted to update
God
on
bless.
that saga.
Yes.
Um,
So good. Oh, we love you,
You know,
if you're
he's
watching.
got to eat. Yeah, he's got to play online crane games somehow. So
Okay,
transcendental
so
meditation's gonna pay for it.
so
Right.
anyway, last on the docket for these beautiful websites is that's right. There is more. Is this beautiful website that I found? Did you guys know about this? It's chaitransit.org, and it is a bona fide fucking forum that is just about CTA transport and shit. And it is
And people are still using it.
people are
Why?
still. This
This is a real forum.
I tried to post. So the one thing is, I did try to post on it. You need to get an email confirmation, which I never received. I was going to post this stream on this forum and be like, hey, come by and hang out. But unfortunately, that did not happen because I was not able to get an account. But this is where I learned how to find this game and make it work. So thank you so much to whatever user that was on here. I apologize, I didn't.
Does
Does
anyone here have the inside scoop about Dorval Carter? Is
What?
he gonna retire?
He's got dirt on everybody. That's what I believe. Is the head of the CTA who I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like way less buses and trains, and they're late. And he did a big presentation that was like, "We're crushing it. Here are our metrics," and it's I don't know what is there to say. It's the classic move. It's like they reduced a total number of they reduced service everywhere, and then based on that reduced service, they're like, "Look at our percentages." Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
And
We're hitting 100% of the low bar that we set below what we were already doing. So like yeah.
Yeah, I'm not clear how he can be removed. I thought the mayor could just be like, "You gotta go." But
I
you know
thought,
what?
yeah, I mean,
I don't know anything.
I was under the impression that Brandon is allowed to fire his employees that are not elected. But I don't know if Brandon like knows he's the mayor. I got.
Yeah, it seems like it hasn't really started any like mayoring so far.
I don't know.
But you know, I sure hope he gives it to them.
Yeah. There was just the thing that I saw was there, and there is a post about it here, is that there was the feds approved the next steps for CTA to get $2 billion for the red line extension, which I guess is just going to go to more line and not to making the trains go. And actually, because my understanding from an outsider is that they don't fucking pay anyone, so no one wants to work there. Is that correct?
My understanding is that you, in order to be hired as a train operator, you cannot apply for this job. You must first start as a flagger and work your way up. I do not know what a flagger is, but my understanding
Sounds like
is
a
that
slur.
it is the worst job on earth and sucks major ass, and nobody wants to do it. I think you have to be outside and like in the
On the track, risking getting hit all the time.
But the red line extension is good. I mean, it should go further south.
Yeah,
that's a lot. It's an underserved community for sure. You can tell because there ain't no train.
Yeah. All kinds of shit going on with the red line. Up here, my stop is temporarily closed for 3 years.
Hell yeah.
which is very cool. And so every business in the area just left, and then one of them burned down mysteriously.
Oh my god.
But you know, I gosh damn saw a train on the new elevated track that they built that looks like a giant highway overpass, like from Up or something. They put a damn train on it, so I guess it's working. I don't know. I didn't expect that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. I hope it's less rickety, because that shit gives me motion sickness so bad. It's an incredible resource that I can't use because I throw up.
Justin, yes, Brandon, chill. Yeah, I just want bullet trains yesterday.
Yeah.
That's
So-
all. I'm stupid and impatient, and I want to
Hey,
go
that's-
fast.
That's
like my hero
Chicago.
Sonic.
Yeah, so let's get into this game because I really want to. I wanted to show those incredible websites off, but I want us to have this very good discussion on the actual L, which is what we're doing. So this is the game. Let me turn this music back up because it's so fucking good.
There's missions. I thought it was just free play. Like you clock in, you got to make the brown line go.
Oh, this was the training. So this showed me how. Oh wait, no, I didn't load. Hold on, let me go back to the beginning, because I had to go through a bunch of missions to learn how to fucking play this game, and it was not easy. It took me a while, and it was hard. And I stopped because I got stuck and couldn't hack it as a train operator. So
It's an important job.
that's where we're gonna start. So I have this very cool feature. Actually, you know what? Let's not start there. We will go. So there are missions, and that was basically just be on time was the mission, and don't use the emergency stop and stuff like that. But I think we actually should
That's
do the.
very unrealistic.
We'll start with
There it is.
the train the train tour, as they call it.
Oh,
Fullerton
good.
Armored Cedric Chicago Merchandise Mart. I know these names better
These
than
are
my own
correct.
grandmother.
So if there's anything different, remember that these are from 2009? Something
I thought
like
it said
that.
2006.
2006.
Yes, at 2006. 6
Okay.
and 9 are similar numbers.
Yeah, I have a dyscalculia. Where
Is
should
there
we
no Southport? Oh no.
where should we start from?
wow.
Kimball.
South-
But we can't.
Oh my god.
It doesn't
there's
have the
no-
entire brown line. It must be because we're in the
Wow.
tutorial.
No,
Oh, I
I think
hope
this
so.
is it. I think this is it.
No.
It's
There was
mostly
never
the
a
loop.
time when this was the whole.
I
brown
think
line.
I think that like maybe it's mostly supposed to be the loop. I think is the idea.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Are we saying that they put a fucking retail product on the market that said you can simulate the brown line and there's
And it ends
not
at
a ton of
Fullerton?
stops. Yeah, like what?
Fullerton. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Maybe that's not
Like-
true. I don't know, because actually, you know what I'm realizing is that so I have a translation thing up if we want to translate, and I have my old oh, that's okay. Sorry, all the tech today is a little slapdash. I apologize. There we go. So this is the screenshot just to test the translation, and it does say Kimball. So maybe this
Okay.
is not everything. Maybe
Well,
the
Kimball,
maybe-
that specific image of Kimball is what is displayed on the train to indicate in which direction it's going.
that's true. That probably is what that
Oh.
is.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna have a Kimball direction train and not go to Kimball?
It's
it's
true.
a state of mind. Okay, you get there.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
I'm
I was really
outraged already.
excited because there is a coffee shop that I really like that is directly next to the Kedzie stop, and I'm like, are we gonna see it? Is it gonna be there?
Because
Yeah.
that's also where the train runs on the ground, and it's super quaint.
It's
It's
so
lovely.
fun. Is it the one that's like kind of like a coffee shop bar kind of place?
It's like a sandwich shop. It closes at 5.
Okay.
It can't be a bar. It's Capri
Oh, okay.
Cafe.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
It's got
Alright.
the food is extremely good. I was blown away that it was like not only like okay, but like I would go here for just the food, not
So,
and
but
not it being a coffee shop.
should we start at Fullerton, which is the
Yeah,
farthest
yeah.
that we? Okay.
Yeah.
So-
let's see how they depict.
So, this is
Oh,
the
wow.
really cool thing about this fucking game that you did not
Landmarks.
know is this is a tour. And so we can go on a little tour, and that includes being able to get off the train. So
Oh my
yeah.
God.
But let's stop later. Let's get on to the train. This
Oh
is
my god.
weekday or morning time, I think. I'm kind of unclear what this means, but this is weekday and this is morning. I guess we'll do morning.
wait
so-
a minute. This needs to get an English patch. I want to play this in English so bad. This is insanely charming. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Wait,
Okay.
it's real.
Okay,
like a
so yeah, you
photo.
guys didn't understand. This is not graphics. There's no graphics in this other than the train. This is an FMV game. This is a
No.
motherfucking FMV game.
How did they do that? So did they have to participate? Like,
Oh
how did they
yeah.
get this?
So hold
Oh
on.
my god.
So let's start get
Wow.
going.
This would have been would this have been before the new Fullerton
Yeah,
and Belmont
I think
stops?
so.
Oh my god! Wow.
That's the fucking DePaul. That's the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking ran on that track with those windows like 3
And then
times a
check
week.
this out.
That's when I was fit.
Once you get out of the station, you don't just get it from the train. You get
Oh.
an aerial view of the train the whole
could they-
time.
How
Okay,
could they
if you
do this?
if you went too fast, like they can't show the train going too fast.
There's no FMV
oh,
explosion, right?
stop! It's a stop.
Wait, yes. Here's
Uh,
Armitage. No.
Did I might have missed the stop.
Oh.
No.
Car.
No!
The
Oh.
car can't get off.
Yep. Okay, so this game, it's really it's actually not easy. So thankfully in train tour mode, yeah, they just put me back to where we're supposed to go. Thankfully.
Maddie, you know what I just realized? The stream says we're doing Nicki Minaj and Call of Duty.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh,
That's what we did last week.
Oh my God.
Shit.
I'd
What?
love to know if there's a Railfan category.
Yes, it is on Twitch because I put that in the schedule.
Oh, that's so weird that it didn't do it then.
I have to always like manually update the stream.
That's
info
so
pretty
weird.
much, but okay, now we're good. Sorry for anyone who was here for Nicki Minaj, but we're doing Railfan.
Yeah, so this is
I get what you mean now. That was what the stream was labeled as. I'm like, is this an inside joke?
no,
Well,
we
yeah,
pl-
no.
we played Call of Duty as Nicki Minaj last week. It was very fun.
That's so
Yes.
funny.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Like if you're
Okay.
a public figure and you want to advertise and get your name out there, it's like, please fucking murder me. Please buy the Killing Me simulator.
It's really gruesome watching people just like stomp her. But also it's nice to hold a gun with like rings and long nails.
Oh yeah.
I did like that.
So let me explain what's happening. So because if anybody wants to play this game, it's pretty simple, but you have to learn how to do it yourself, and it's all in Japanese. So let me explain what I'm doing, and maybe you guys can help me figure out because I don't understand everything yet. Oh shit! What did? Okay, good. Almost sped. Okay, so on the left is the train. See that little train track guy, right?
Yeah.
So on the left, those are speed limits. Those are basically
Yeah.
speed limit signs coming towards me. On the
Okay.
right, there are also speed limit signs. And I don't understand what the difference is.
If
I-
you're feeling it.
I think
Optional.
I think what it is see how we're on a curve now? I think
Yeah.
we're slower because it's a curve. And so that
That's true.
15 mile per hour thing is like slow down because this is dangerous track or whatever. And then there's these fours, and I don't know what that is at all.
It's
There's
just always a
just-
4.
Yeah, they're
I
always
think
just
something
green
is-
fours. So now
There has
once
to be some sort of indication that a stop is coming up, right? Is that it? That you 4 feet away from a stop?
no, maybe,
Yeah, 'cause-
but there are multiple of them in a row. So yeah, now that's passed, so I can go back up to 55 for a minute, and then I'm gonna have to jump down to 25 again.
It looks like you're a third of a mile away from a stop because I realize at the top there's a little distance counter going down, which I
Yep.
would imagine is to a stop.
Oh. Yeah.
So you're
That
not
makes sense.
absolutely blindsided by
that
what would be
green.
now.
So now that
Sedgwick
green
Road.
line on the train track is where I need to stop.
Okay. And what the hell is this Numbies?
I don't know.
I'm still not over that it's photorealistic. I was like really.
It's so good.
It's
uh,
beautiful.
Oh, there's the stop. There's the stop. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
I think
here
I
we
don't want
go.
to. I don't want to stop too soon. Is the problem?
Slow down, but you're
Yeah.
gonna stop too late.
I'm probably
It's a pretty
gonna stop.
short. Stop.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. And now probably your
Ah.
butt's hanging out. They don't really
Yep.
show that though.
Well, you can always the train does all the time where it stops and then like jerks forward 3 times, and all the tourists who don't understand what's going on fall on their asses.
And I throw up.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a 4 on the track there.
Okay.
Oh! I think that those things are for. This is where you stop if you have this many cars. Like if you're a 4-car train, you stop here. That doesn't. It doesn't fucking correspond to that 4 on the left bar. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
Also, 4 cars is unrealistically short, but I can
That's the
understand
So-
Skokie Swift.
the Skokie Swift, literally, yeah.
So on the
Sounds
right, you see
great.
that little bouncing thing with the circle button. That means depart. That means get off the train. And so now we can. I forget what all that means. Oh, I'm saving. Right. Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
we'll save. Yes. I didn't. Okay. So now we're getting off the train at Sedgwick. And you can
Oh my
hear in the song
God.
Sedgwick is next. Yeah, because they have all the shit.
Oh my god.
This is
Folks, we're
incredible.
going to Old Town.
Yep.
This was where, for like the 3 months that I thought that I was gonna write for the Onion, this is where you get off to go to the Onion's offices. Although it's not there no more because fucking Gawker Media or whatever that company is has replaced it all with AI or some shit.
Oh God.
Good lord.
So, do we want to go to the? Do we want to go? Devin, is this where we've gone to the beach before? North Avenue Beach?
No.
Okay.
Not this one. This is like Denormy Beach.
Okay.
When I first moved here, one of the first things I did was I went to a Flirty Girl Fitness Beach Booty Beat class.
Oh
on
my
North Avenue
god!
Beach. And there was a pink Hummer parked on the beach and a hot woman teaching exercise class that I did.
God.
So
Let's go to the museum.
Let's go to the museum. Okay, so
There won't be any flirty girls there.
Hopefully not.
Chicago desu.
Hold on.
ここを訪れた誰もが興味を持てるよう展示資料は多方面にわたって充実しています。
they listed the phone number.
the phone number's on the fucking screen. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is the. Yeah, look, the fucking address and phone number are listed. You could use this as a tour guide.
Like whoa. Why is Railfan not allowed to? Why are we not allowed to enjoy Railfan at its best? Like anyone can enjoy this.
So, Chicago Historical Museum, true to its tagline from Lincoln's deathbed to the baseball stadium seats, the Chicago Museum of History exhibits a variety of artifacts about Chicago and America. There's a wide variety of exhibits on display to interest everyone who visits. This is Chicago's leading history museum.
I would argue that's not.
That's not even remotely true. But
Is it the leading history museum on Chicago, maybe?
Maybe.
Possible.
even then,
Ugh.
there's a few. I mean, I've only ever been to this when I was teaching summer school to 6th
I've
graders.
literally never heard of it.
Yeah,
it's brand new to me.
it's just mid, but oh my god.
Go to the beach.
Yes.
Beach episode, baby.
Yes.
Okay, so forgive me, because you guys are. This is actually anime. That's kind of your shtick. But I think this is anime, right? Is this
Is
anime?
this game anime?
I think it's anime. That intro, was that intro not an anime fucking ass intro?
Yeah. That was.
Oh, yeah.
True. I didn't realize you were talking to us at first. I'm just like, because anime is so foreign to me. This, like the last time I watched an anime was like 2019.
What?
I never watch anything.
Oh my
I don't watch
God.
anything because I'm like, well, why would I watch an anime if I'm not going to talk about it on the show? And I can't talk about an anime on the show unless Joe watches it. and Joe is constantly being like one-hit KO'd by his job, and is like, I have no verve. I'm not gonna watch a show, and I'm like, I understand, homie. Rest up. So it just doesn't happen.
Well, although we did watch that show with like the teens in the mechs that have the job where they have to die.
Yeah, but that was like 10 episodes, and you got so depressed, dude. You were
I was like, I really relate. Like,
what show was this?
86 is the show.
Oh my god.
That sounds up my alley.
It's great. It's really.
When we say mechs, they're like coffins with like spider legs. and
Oh,
there's a
that's
gun
right. You
on
guys
top.
did talk about. You talked about this on the show. That's right. I remember this.
Yeah.
It's the kind of mechs you would give to a disposable soldier, which is one that it really hastens their disposal because it
Oh my
sucks.
god.
And
you said it's called 86.
86.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just like how doesn't because 86 means to like kill someone, right? Is it like
Yeah, I think it's like they're from District 86, because like
I thought there
they're
was Squad 86.
something like that. Because like the disposable soldiers are like in the fiction, like there's an ethnic minority that has been like deemed less than human, and this is the biggest brain thing, because it's like when you do this and you have to depict it visually, what fucking race is going to be the oppressed minority? Like there's no winning. And what it is the non-oppressed people are all Sephiroths. They all are white and have silver hair. And the ethnic minority that is the oppressed people is literally every other kind of person there is.
wow. Interesting choice.
do you
And,
happen?
like, that's the big brain.
Do you
move.
happen to?
I'm not mad at it.
Do you happen to know the episode to shout out that you guys talked about on this, or does someone in the chat? I know there's some sickos in the chat.
Oh, of
We
the
just watched
podcast.
the whole first season. It's a short season. It's like a 10 episode.
No,
season.
I'm the podcast. The
Oh!
Anime Sickos.
1 second, I'll pull that up.
Oh, it looks like 108. Does that sound right?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
I'll put it in the
called
chat.
the 86 and 108. The
There we
86 and Ranking of Kings episode. That was the last time I think we watched a new anime.
Wow.
That was 2022. That's much more recent than I thought. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It does feel like it's
Ranking
been
of Kings
ages.
was so good.
It really is a shame it
It's
turned
like
out that
some
way.
under, yeah.
So, North Avenue, just before we leave this spot, North Avenue Beach to the east of the city of Chicago lies a lake so large that it can be mistaken for an ocean.
Can it?
It can.
It can.
If
It's
you
really-
didn't know, if you just were black bagged and you got your head fucked on North Avenue Beach, you'd be like, "Are you on the coast?" I'd be like, "Probably. Don't hurt me."
I
Lake
guess
Michigan-
It's unknowable.
Lake Michigan, on a sunny day, the lake's surface shines in a beautiful color that resembles a mixture of emerald green and marine blue. Chicago
I like
fact
the
check.
lyricism. That's like just taking liberties. That's fine.
It's water. Yeah. Like,
If you-
okay, Homer.
If you visit the lake shore in the summer you can enjoy swimming in the lake, not just in the sea, on the white sandy beach with waves lapping against
You can swim in the sand
it.
and have a dirty apartment for the rest of the year.
There
All
was one year there's like a salmonella watch for the beach for some reason, and for the rest of my life, my mother equates that with like you can't go to the beach, you will get salmonella.
I believe it's a seagull diarrhea issue, is what I've heard, and that's often why the water is unswimmable as well. Not
Too
often,
much
like every day,
diarrhea.
but when it's red flag, you can't swim. Seagull diarrhea. So don't feed those guys your French fries.
Hold up. I just want to take a look at the little video screen, the little green screen next.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
upper right next to, because it says Chicago next, Sedgwick. How does it go? Wow, I'm in the little room.
Yep.
This is so clearly lovingly made. Like that's what I love about this.
Oh, and there's the red button that you push when you want the train to explode.
I think that's the emergency stop, but if the mission that I was saying was really hard is anything to go by, then yes, the train does explode. It's such a bad button to push.
Oh, you gotta go to
shit.
55, 55, 55, 55.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Let's
Oh, there we go.
fly.
Go,
Let's
go.
spread our wings a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so satisfying when it does actually move any amount.
Oh yeah.
Um,
For a second, we get to go over over 15 miles per hour before we have to slow down.
Yeah.
Oh. I had to use the emergency brake.
We're
Oh,
good. We're good. We're
no.
good. Just
Oh,
everyone's
here comes another
falling over.
train. Oh my
Ah.
God. Can you wave to the other train?
I
person?
love how the bus drivers wave to each other.
the relationship
Oops.
between CTA drivers with each other is like they feel like they're like the seniors in the high school who all like run the school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're like the coolest people in the world.
So, okay. So now that we're on the L, we've taken the L. What is y'all's relationships to trains in general? Are any of you? I learned this recently. I don't know if it's offensive. If it is, I apologize. Are any of you foamers?
I don't know what that is. What's this?
Foamers.
What
Apparently,
is a foamer?
it is apparently like a train sicko. It is like foaming at the mouth for trains. Is anyone in the
Oh my
chat a real foamer?
Yeah. Hey,
and
is
how
Eric here?
Oh, is he?
I don't. He like goes. Well, he rides the rails and goes to hobo conventions.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Out of
that's
out of
amazing.
sheer
Whoa.
yeah. But I don't think he's here. I think he's busy working at the escape room right now. So he'll be very upset with us.
To
Not
answer
scheduled
the
this
question, I'm like really into the CTA specifically because like it makes my life easier.
Yeah.
Or in theory, it could.
Well said.
Yeah, it should.
But this route we're taking now, like I did this in college like for 4 years. This is it. I mean, I've been here drunk. This is fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm not. I would have said no, but then when we saw that Metro with the old color scheme, I'm like, oh shit, this is why that guy who did the TikTok where he has the camera that makes his head look fucked up and he said "dick my butt." This is why he like goes out to the platforms to find the trains, because like when you see an old train, it's like, whoa, that shit's big as hell. Where they been keeping that? I'd still say no though. I mean, like as Joe said, I like the train. This last weekend I went to the fucking art institute to look at the dang paintings, and I didn't have to drive. It ruled. I
Yeah.
took the fucking ground line. I did this whole thing. I was there for real.
Mm.
I like it because it enabled me to have a car-free life for a while.
Hold up.
which was
We didn't get to
amazing.
go off the train. Huh?
Oh no.
Oh.
We'll keep we'll I didn't want to interrupt.
Oops.
We'll keep stopping.
Okay. Sorry.
Joe, go on.
What was I saying? I forgot already.
You enabled you to have a car-free lifestyle.
Oh yeah, like we have a car now, my wife and I. But like in college, in grad school, and then like the start of working, like after that, like I could go without a car, and it was totally fine because I was served by like 2 train lines, buses everywhere. The north side has so much more transit infrastructure and routes and stuff in general, and then also the express buses that serve like the lakefront are. I know these aren't trains, but like in many ways they're like end up being fucking faster than the trains.
Trains of the road.
So,
Yeah.
I have never lived near the lakefront, so like I didn't really know about them. But I think there was one day that like I was going to your house, and like to get back, I was taking a Lakeshore bus when you still live in Hell Tower, and I was like,
Mhm.
I just went outside and like there was a stop right there, and then like a bus was there, and it
Yeah.
took me to like right
Oh,
where I needed to
yeah.
go. And I'm just like, huh? I didn't have to wait an hour. Like, huh?
But, like they
What?
stack up. There's so many that
And they're
like,
long.
they're fighting for you.
Yeah, because I was just taking the Belmont bus, which like that shows up like when you get really lucky. It's like, oh fuck, one of them.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the merchandise mart. I
Oh,
want to
yes.
go to the. I've never been to the merchandise mart, the actual mart
Really?
itself. What
It's
type
like
of
a big-
merchandise do they sell there?
It's a big mall. So there's a great food court. I used to teach in there because the Chicago School of Professional Psychology is in there. They have a weird design conference called NeoCon, which is always jarring. It's there.
Oh, do they
Um,
not know?
And they like sell a lot of really expensive furniture in there. It's a weird place. There's no reason to go to, unless you work there.
I look at okay, I definitely seen this building, but I had no idea it was the merchandise mart. I look at this and I'm like, this is some guy who I hate works here at the office. Like that's what type of building this is.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's still like this, but it was like the incubator for cool startups, like where everyone would work if you knew how to use a computer.
Yeah, Grubhub and shit. But it
World's largest wholesale center.
yeah, so it was originally, because I've watched YouTube videos about the history of it, and it used to be like a bunch of like little department store kind of shit, and now it is like WeWork, fucking Adler School of Professional Psychology.
Yeah, when
Jamba
they say the
Juice.
Kennedy family, does that mean like RFK Jr. is here being like, I think all my seats are fucking, I hate them.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, doing push-ups and hating autistic people.
He has a cool body type. It's very Crash Bandicoot. I like it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's the vascularity. Like he needs to get his hematocrit levels checked for sure,
Oh my
because
God.
he definitely has the same problems I have from taking too much tea. But
Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of, you're taking a little drinky. There is a couple of chat redeems. There's the take a drink of alcohol chat redeem is turned on again, and also there's a special we have to answer a question from Devin's license. What is it? Your driver's license
the
test?
DMV, yes, because I need to get my driver's license again. Well, I want to. I've lived this car-free lifestyle in Chicago for a long time, but it would be nice to be able to go to IKEA and things of that nature.
It's so fucking sucks that there's so many the people inevitably get there. I inevitably got there, or I have a fucking car now, and it sucks so goddamn. I hate driving that piece of shit, but I understand. Like it was during the pandemic when I'm just like, I want to can drive to the store and do the pickup. You know, I want to drive to the store and just like put the bags in there. Because you know, having the surf bring it to me, I did that once. I gave 100% tip and felt so disgusting, like I wanted to die. So I'm like, I will instead of doing this again, I will simply purchase a car.
Yes, I'll pay insurance and car payments and waste hours of my life finding parking forever. Yeah, like I
We
want to be
did
able to
get
get out.
we did actually get two. I don't have I unfortunately don't have.
This is
Oh
my
yeah,
beer.
this is how you know that we're drinking.
Yes,
the
I actually
dancing baby.
I don't. I'll just hydrate because I have actual sleepy bitch disease.
Yeah. Well, also you're driving the train, so
Yes, it would be illegal.
Yes.
You get fired, and it takes a long time to get that job. You had to start as a flagger for a number of years.
You have to really, even though the ads on the bus say like join the CTA, we'll pay you $28 an hour and you'll get free teeth.
One of the other problems with that is that when people start out, they have to do split shifts. So it's like you drive the bus for 4 hours and then you're off for 2 hours, and the other 4 hours you like do happen then. And that's obviously, that's obviously like a recruiting problem because that sucks.
My friend drove a bus for like a school bus for a minute, and it was like, you know, they had to drive the kids to school and then just wait around and come back, and it was really weird. But
What do you do?
it's you just go home. It's weird, but the CTA isn't like that. Like you could schedule like with a school bus. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. You can do either one or the other too if you want, but obviously that's less hours. But the CTA is not like that. Like you don't need to schedule it that way.
Is this like how they do residency for doctors, where it's like there's no point in making the doctors work 22-hour days? It's just like we have decided as a community we like hurting the new people.
Yeah.
We decided evil will win.
Well, the like doctor who like set those standards was on a lot of cocaine, like canonically, and so he thought that was a normal thing to do. We just got 3 DMV questions. So we have to
Yes.
take 3 Illinois DMV.
Oh hell yeah!
Did we actually set up your? I think we forgot. Did we actually set up your screen share? Oh, you
I
have
thought
it
we
up here.
did.
There.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to do my part of it.
Oh, it's okay. We'll a second. Thank you, everyone, for using the points. Hell yeah. We've just added a browser source. But yeah, after years of not having a driver's license here because it was just so dang convenient, I decided I wanted to be able to go out and see a forest reserve, do things,
Yeah.
visit my mommy in Ohio easily, etc. So now I need to learn this bullshit again.
They should be trains to Ohio. That's such. There
were at one point, I think.
The Amtrak it leaves here at 9 p.m. and it arrives in Elyria, Ohio at 5 a.m. But also sometimes there'll just be a 12-hour delay, just for fun.
I'm gonna get us. I'm gonna put us back on the train while we do these driver questions. Does that sound good?
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm gonna put us back on the train so we can get that.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah,
we saw the
in
merchandise
background. Okay, yeah.
Well, this is gonna. You're entering like the high intensity zone. You're the loop. You're gonna be starting and stopping.
Oh, that's true.
With incredible precision.
Oh shit, yeah.
Now it's just Maddie.
I just realized. Hold on. Nope. Pause that. We're already late. We are already late.
Oh wait, that time was going by.
No, not that during that time. Just from before that.
Oh.
Well, they shouldn't let the train driver just go to museums.
I think they should. They're people too.
No, you're right. They deserve it. Okay, if you park facing downhill, well, I'm already scared. On the right side of the road with a curb, you should turn your front wheels. They never taught me this in Ohio. First of all,
hold on. The sickos can't see the.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. It's my fault. There we go. Thank you for bearing with me today. I didn't set up quite as much. Okay, there we go.
Well, I'm seeing some people say there's two correct answers. That depends which edge of the road we're talking about.
Yeah, it would be to the right. I think.
Right? Yeah,
to the right.
That was my gut. Okay, let's see. Hell yeah. With or without a curb, turn your front wheels to the right. That makes intuitive sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, if it rolls, it won't go into the street.
It'll just go into the curb. Great. Okay. Which of the following statements is false? Bicycles and motorcycles move slower and stop slower than expected.
How do you know what I expect?
I expect accuracy all the time.
I'm running a perfect simulation at all times. When there are bicycles on the road, you should increase your following distance. Okay, that one's true. That one's definitely true. You give them more space.
There's not a single other person in Chicago other than the people on this fucking stream who would agree with you there. But yes,
you set phasers to kill.
Yeah.
Motorcycles are entitled to the same full lane width as other vehicles. That's probably true. It's a vehicle.
Yeah.
Never travel beside a motorcycle in the same lane. That's not a true or false. That's like a value.
No, that's
no. In the same lane, that means like if there's a motorcycle, you just go next to him, like directly next, like you could grab the guy if you.
That's fucked up.
Wait, which of these is false? I think it's the first one because I expect it to go exactly as it does.
I guess that has to be it because the other ones, unless there's something
I think what it's getting at is that, you might think these tiny little things that are inferior to cars are slow, but they move.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Don't select it. I think it's 2 because when there are bicycles in the road, you should increase your following distance. I think actually it's going to be like, no, your following distance should be far. It should be far enough always, right?
No,
that's
or should it be like pass them safely?
Okay, let's take a vote.
I think it's the first one.
I also think it's the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The Illinoisans are in accordance. Okay.
Okay.
It was also just the wishy-washiest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the only one with a value judgment in it.
Yeah.
What does it say? Bicycles and motorcycles are smaller and harder to see than cars or trucks. They can move and stop faster than expected.
So I guess the average person thinks these things are slow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they stop faster.
Right.
I can't believe that my
So-
joke was accurate. It was actually the actual reasoning, which is you don't know what I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last one for now. If you must park on a roadway, I don't even know what a roadway is versus a street, so off to a great start. Park your vehicle as far from traffic as possible, as far from the curb as possible. That can't be right. As close to the center of the road, sideways in the middle of the road, as far from the yellow line as possible. So it's okay. So it's either the first one or the second one, right?
Wouldn't as far from the yellow
Yellow
line
line-
also be as far from traffic?
How is 1 different than 4?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's exactly what
Sorry,
I'm saying.
wait,
Those are
hold
the
on. I'm seeing something fucked up. What the fuck is 0? What is 0? What is
Zero? Wait,
0?
same. I can't see. It's got the TMV in the way.
Oh wait, sorry, can you turn that off, Devin? Wait, hold on.
Stop sharing.
Wait, what do you see 0?
It says 0 for the speed
Oh,
limit.
maybe you have to wait. You have to let another train go by. I mean, because that happens.
Yeah,
it used
it's
to
a
happen
loop.
at the fucking.
When?
Belmont
When do
stop,
where do I stop?
Where's
Here?
the 0?
Yeah, where do you see 0?
On the left, right there.
Oh. Huh.
I guess it's just past now.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Now
How
we're
are you
gonna
supposed
yeah, now we're gonna go up to 35, I guess.
This is baffling.
This is confusing.
Oh, downtown, my kind of town. Hey.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
those are-
another thing about that, see how that so the 20 is gone, but that 4 is still there? I still have to go like obey the 20 until the 4 goes past.
What
See,
the
right
fuck?
now it's 35, and because it's at that line, I can go up to 35, right? Until
But
it
you have to stop like,
fades.
immediately, because there's the
Right.
stop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's also.
Time to knock some people over.
I wonder
This-
if the people driving these trains know what this shit means.
You- They just throw them in. After enough flagging, you just know.
Yeah.
You're just prepared to be thrown into the deep end.
Oh, Devin and Joe, am I right that the voice when it says library state in Van Buren says library? Library state in Van Buren.
Library. It's not the way anybody here talks.
Because I was saying that over and over when I was with my wife on the Brown line, and she's like, that's not how it is. They don't say that. They say library normal. I'm like, there's no fucking way. No, they say library.
Library. State. Yeah, no. It's like way, like too much
Yeah.
mouth movement.
There's a big pause with Anne Van Buren that's unnatural too. That is
State.
funny.
And Van Buren.
Mhm. Hell yeah.
Okay. So
Quincy,
do you want to?
Quincy is the best one. It looks dope.
Oh,
Quincy,
Quincy.
is like the old time one.
Who is this guy?
He's just, that guy has no idea he's in Rail fans.
Someone find this man.
Whoa, he's moving.
He had his coffee.
This is crazy.
Yo, what if one of us was in Railfan and we never knew?
Oh yeah, yeah. Were you two both living here? Well, Joe, you've always been in Chicago.
Well, it came out in
I
what?
was
It
in the
said
burbs, but-
2006,
Yeah, I was
right?
in the burbs.
But when was this filmed?
Yeah, we were.
It was probably
early.
before that.
We'd be both living at our parents' burb homes.
No, I would. Well, 2009, right?
No, 6.
Oh, 6
Just said
When
now.
it came out. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Only if you were on
Quincy.
a special little field trip would you be.
Now this is the goodest. Yeah, I'd be taking the red line if anything.
Yeah. Now this is the one that I get off on when I'm gonna catch the Amtrak or the Mega Bus, which I
Get off
I
at
have
Quincy. I want to see
stories.
what they got for here.
yes.
Or if they talk about how it's the one that has the old style design.
Okay, did we get enough questions? I don't remember how many Did we get through all
We
of
have
them?
to we have to
There's
answer
one more.
answer the roadway one. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to share or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
back to
Oh,
sharing.
no.
It should come back.
Okay. Oh, Quincy. Okay. All right. So
I'm thinking it's far from traffic. You know, first thought, best thought. Don't overthink it. If you're gonna
That was-
park away from traffic.
yeah, maybe that means where traffic is not happening, or something. Whereas the yellow line is like a position on the street. It's confusing, but I'll go with that too. Hell
All
yeah.
of these
Okay.
have been the first option, right?
Maybe that's the secret that I need to keep in mind. Always park in a designated area if possible. If you must park on a roadway, park your vehicle as far away from traffic, as close to the curb as you can. Okay,
Is
great.
roadway just like a strode?
I think it's
Those
just
all four
any.
roads?
I think it's a sort of. If I had to guess, it's a sort of a all-purpose name for any fucking street.
They already got road. I'm so.
But also, this could be
Yeah.
way.
Or just street.
The street's not a road. The roadway is a road and a way.
I guess I always thought a road and
Wait.
the street was the same.
I heard the voice.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know he was in here.
it's
I
got
can't-
all the. Here, I can turn it up. I didn't want it to be too loud. The music is pretty loud. Maybe about there.
Well, he's gonna say Library State in Van Buren because it's next, so we'll know. We'll get the answer.
Yes. Ooh. That chunk.
This is so cool.
Right? He said it pretty normal there.
Library.
He says it sort of like halfway, like library. He really enunciates it.
Yeah. This is
This-
also a nice stop.
This game is hard. I want you guys to know, especially
I believe you.
especially when I'm trying to like participate in the conversation, which I knew that this is absolutely the goal with doing this stream, was that it was going to be hard, but
And doing all the production. Literally doing everything.
I couldn't hear the third. Because the thing about this stop is that it's like fucking 10 feet from the last stop, and so you hear, and it also has the longest name. So he says, in like the space of 10 seconds, Library, State, and Van Buren is next. Doors open on the right at Library, State, and Van Buren. This is Library, State, and Van Buren. Maybe,
Should-
maybe my wife was right. Maybe I have to tell her I was wrong.
should we get off at library?
Yes. We got to go to the
Yeah.
library. I want to hear what they say about it. It's cool.
And this is where I met Tom Harrison for the first time, in fact.
That's
In
fucking
the study
true.
room there. Yeah.
Oh, I just realized. Hold on. Wait. I can't go into the pause menu. The music is so loud compared. But I just realized there's a settings menu. I can turn that down. But apparently I can't do that in this. I can't go to the settings in the screen. It's like, no, you have to do sightseeing.
Oh my god. Oh, there's a lot of sites to see here.
Yeah, baby.
Library Center and the library are both options, apparently.
I think library. Oh yeah, no, library is the stop. Yeah, so Harold Washington Library Center is the.
I mean, it is a big library.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
huge.
She's gorgeous.
I don't know
love
if I've been
the
there.
Things at the corners.
Little study rooms. Yep, it was. Oh, thank you. Excellent GIF.
Oh, that's
It
my
was like,
favorite one. Look at how bad she is. Oh, she's so
That's like
bad.
She's like
Oh,
a vampire
that's-
babe. Oh, hydrate as well. Thank you.
that's Tiffy from Raw Time.
Actually, I don't know who that is.
It went around a while ago. Someone was posting these clips of an old public access show called Raw Time, where this goth girl Tiffy would show videos and take callers, and the callers would just be like, "Tiffy, you suck ass. Your videos are terrible,"
yeah.
and she would just like absolutely like with a stone-faced affect just completely destroy all the callers.
I do remember that.
Harold Wasson.
Is that his name?
No, it's Washington.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? What the fuck happened?
It's unique to Chicago, my favorite city in the world. Oh, I love this.
Wait,
Aw.
don't say that.
Who's writing this? Is this the train?
Yes,
Oh my
it's the
God.
train's inner self.
It's like I love Chicago, the only city I've ever been to, and then I'm trapped in.
God, imagine being a train and your favorite city is like some far ass away place. That's got to be devastating.
Oh, it's very romantic.
Yeah, we met at the study room. We were doing like a pilot for the skewer. Eric and I were like, "Is this a show? Is this any good? Come and like do a fake one in a little room."
And
And it was good.
my instant first impression of you was like, this boy has debate team energy.
Never fucking debated ever.
And I liked that. So here we are
Well,
today.
thank
Yes.
Here we have auditorium building.
I don't know what this is.
Well, now you know.
You're learning about my favorite city in the world.
I
Has
actually.
anyone seen this show here? Sorry.
Oh no, it's
Uh,
okay. I live in Michigan, but I actually went on a field trip to Chicago, like a week field trip to Chicago. I went to this super hippie school, so actually what they taught us leading up to that trip was like the anarchists and communists and fucking labor union shit that happened in Chicago in the 20s.
On the
which-
Haymarket. Oh yeah.
which was that this was in fucking middle school, and looking back on it, I'm like, damn, they really taught me that in a public school, but it's because it was a hippie as fuck school. But anyway,
Yeah, those where they groom people.
yeah, they groom they
Yes.
really did teach me communism. But
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I went there then because we were looking at the architecture. But yeah, you were saying about did you go here or?
No, I just have never heard of this place. I'm wondering, like, have any of y'all been to shows here and I'm just ignorant?
The name could be better.
It really could.
Yeah.
That has to be a mistranslation, or is it?
I mean,
Because that part's in English. The header's in English.
Is
Maybe
it
it
like
is auditorium.
Sullivan Auditorium? Let me see.
I mean, we have the
Auditorium
address.
Theater.
We have the
Yeah,
address.
50
Yeah,
East
the-
Congress.
The
Oh, yeah.
Auditorium Theater is what it's called. Let's see what they're showing right now. Some kind of K-pop shit.
Chicago says that they've been there. Part of the Roosevelt University now.
Nick
Okay.
Cave is going to be there later. There's seems like some sort of ballet.
Mhm.
It looks like a pretty legit theater.
Yeah.
That picture that they got on Railfan is not.
Doesn't ring
great.
a bell. An Evening with David Sedaris and Henry Rollins.
Is-
Sonic Symphony is gonna be there.
As in, like, da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh my God! Yes,
What
it is that.
In
Oh.
Symphony on Saturday, October 28th. So get
Excuse
into
me,
it.
an evening with John Cusack.
No,
Yeah, why would I pay for that?
no, I don't want to spend time with him. But you know, yeah. So I have not seen any true like Chicago big theater, but we are both gonna see American Psycho.
Yes, the musical.
Maddie and I. Yeah.
Oh my God! So this was Megan's find, but American Psycho the musical. We don't know anything about it, but other than that, but
Duncan Sheik wrote it, so
and the person who directed it is oh my God, I'm gonna forget his name, but he's the modern lead of Archie Comics. So he's the one that pivoted Archie and did all of the my spouse does a Archie podcast about Archie Comics, the Riverdale AV Club, if you guys like Archie. But so they did like they pivoted, and so there's like Afterlife with Archie and all these like modern like horror comics with the Archie gang. If you're familiar with any of those, he's the one that did that basically. And then he also he also is the director and created Riverdale the show. So basically he's the one that like went into Archie and made it weird, like made the modern stuff and did it weird. And I guess he did he write it or did he direct it? Devin, do you remember?
I think he wrote it, and then Duncan Sheik did the music, and then I don't know the direct.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
So it should be very fun and weird.
I'm just vibing with this music.
It's so
so
fucking
good.
good.
This is kind of what the music in the Shin Megami maps sound like.
Oh,
like if you
fuck,
play
yes,
Nocturne,
yes.
this is what it sounds like as you're going around Shinjuku Station and shit.
It is exactly that.
This whole game is extremely Y2K. It's so Y2K.
Like, what is it about the PS3 era that's just like so incredible? It feels like it's from another world. Like PS2, it's like, yeah, PS2 we know. PS4, that's like now pretty much still. PS3 is just like a lost time.
It's the next nostalgia, I think. I think we're actually not into PS2 yet. I feel like the nostalgia for old consoles, like people are really into like PSX right now. Like, you know, Lilith Walter, Lilith on Twitter is doing the amazing Bloodborne cart and did PSX Bloodborne, and that is so like there's a lot of PSX like horror games right now, and I think
I'm playing PS1 games, so that to me that's like big.
And you run the only podcast, so
That's true.
y'all yeah. So
Pacemaker.
Yeah, I think PS3 is gonna be soon. It's like kind of the next, like we're getting into PS2 now, I think, just starting to. And then PS3 will be the next, like, it's like the next one over the horizon.
Yeah.
PS2, I feel like, and this is a stupid thing to say, and it's gonna be proven wrong, but like, PS2 feels like one of those things that was so big that like, it can't ever be that much of a nostalgia item because it was like.
Do you remember
the
TV
thing for a long time?
Yeah. You remember Seinfeld? Yeah. No, I think that's true.
I mean, like,
It's
certainly
like
it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna
timeless.
like have people hyper fixating like a weird, a weird console would.
It had a giant library though, and like not a large portion of it was not just garbage, like like the Wii or something. Like it just had nothing but good stuff.
I missed it. I only had a GameCube.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of culture that you
Yeah.
didn't get to enjoy.
I mean, that's why I've been playing like
Final Fantasy.
all the
and shit?
Final Fantasies because like
Yeah.
I didn't play. The only RPG I played for like ages and ages was Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, which I gotta say that's gonna be the only one. That's a good one.
And that's one I'd not
Cute
touched at
little
all.
guys.
So that was a fun little coincidence.
If you
Devin, we did get a dump truck redeem,
Oh shit.
so we
Okay,
get
one
to
second, let me get the
show the boys the dump truck.
Dump truck. Dump truck is good.
Yeah, do y'all know dump truck?
I've not met Dump Truck. I know of Dump Truck. I've seen images of Dump Truck.
I'm using context clues like a 7th grader, and I'm guessing it's an animal.
Yeah, it's a chinchilla.
It is a chinchilla. Although it's an actual
Oh my
dump truck.
god! Hi, Dump Truck.
Yes.
What a huge beast! He's a
I know.
creature.
He's actually very small for a chinchilla. He's considered low breeding quality.
Oh, I don't think you're low quality, Dump Truck.
Oh my god. Look at him. Look at that. Look at the trains.
What a creature!
Trains. Say hello to everyone.
We did miss our stop because of dump truck, but that's okay.
Oh.
Shit on the
You
That
pick
means
up
he's
the little
relaxed.
thing and you say, "Sorry, my friend was showing me his friggin' chinchilla."
Sorry, we had a chinchilla situation.
chinchilla on the track. Oh, he's gonna go on my shoulder.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is a late night stream. He's
Dump Truck's
Yeah.
chilling out.
He's
Hi, friend.
active right now. Yeah. He wants to do things.
Hi, buddy. Where's Lucy? Lucy's not being social. She'll never show up.
I feel like I know so much more about Lucy now that she's been personified in an audio format.
Yes.
It would never have occurred to me to write a character that could talk, that was Dump Truck, but I've been thinking about it ever since.
Defrag is a more antagonistic than Lucy. Lucy is, I mean, well, no, she has the same base level of antagonism, but she has no affection for Dr. Firewire, whereas Lucy has affection for us. Also, Lucy, the only other difference is that Lucy is always on her best behavior when guests come over, which is like very strange. I don't know how she decided to do that.
Yeah, she's always seemed very pleasant to me.
Yeah, whenever someone comes over, she shows up. She lets you pet her. She'll boop your head with her head if you put your head down, and then she'll fucking silently walk somewhere else and be by yourself for the rest of the time.
Joe, are your cats ready to be siblings to a child?
I feel like it's gonna be okay based on Ariel. If she doesn't like it, she'll like leave the baby alone, and Roman will be fine. He like will seek out affection. He's a big idiot and he's very friendly. The thing we're waiting to see is like, we have not put the mattress in the crib yet because we didn't want them to get into the habit of getting into the crib already.
Yeah,
So-
thinking like, oh, this is my crib. Let me
Yeah.
get my hair all over it.
Right.
That's-
So we'll see what happens when, we're live. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. Also, the house is
Yeah.
big enough that they can go away if they don't want it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna
I
put the
think it
lad
should
away.
be fine.
Oh, this is a normal way to hold them. I know it looks gruesome, but that is how you're supposed to hold them.
From their butts?
From the base of the tail.
Really?
Oh, hi. Yeah, he looks chilling out.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. He would make it very known if he was unhappy. So.
Oh, it was
I
so cute. I got to comb him, which was adorable. But if you get a little knot, he doesn't like it, and he's like, ah! But he like,
still just like turns
yeah.
neck to receive pet. He's very good. He's
What a
very
good
Okay.
boy.
All right.
So now we're back on the train now. So
You sure are.
what? So if people don't know, Devin, Tom, and Joe are all from, or well, not, I guess not from, but have lived in Chicago for quite a while now. I have been there. I'm a regular visitor now because thanks to Devin, I know a bunch of people there, and I'm trying to move there. So this stream is really, and a big reason I want to move there is because I live in the suburbs and want to live in a place. Every time I go there, I'm like, public transportation, it's amazing. So
Yeah, it sucks. Like, how do I put this? The quality is not great at the moment. If I could, it's hard to explain. If I could get 2014 service and like have that be what we're dealing with right now,
Yeah,
that'd
that
be
would be
amazing.
supreme shit.
Yeah.
This is not a foregone conclusion. It can get better, and it could get better by the time you move here too. And I hope it does. By me, the big thing they're doing is they're replacing the blue line track, which when they took it away, I had the thought, like, wouldn't it be funny if they just like take it to a guy and he like cleans it with a rag and then they just put it back out?
that seems
I
like
heard-
it'd be good.
Seems
I
very
heard that-
Chicago.
I heard that they're getting it done, like that there's actual like new track down already. Is that true?
That is true, yes. And they've ran blue line shuttle buses as a in between stopgap, which is honestly probably faster than the actual train, because that part of the blue line, the Forest Park branch, basically that entire branch is like a reduced speed zone because this track is so old. I think those are original actually. So those are from when they built the Eisenhower. So those are like, I think, well, they were original. Now they're better.
Yeah.
And they'll go, 400 miles per hour, I'm sure now. But the thing is, like, even if they just got the tracks operating to the regular speed and not just in a constant slow zone, I think it'll feel faster.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
One thing that really impressed me and enraged me to learn from a friend who has grown up in the suburbs, I think Fox Grove or whatever, like there used to be train lines that would go all the way fuck out into the suburbs. There were like
Yeah.
all kinds of different, and it wasn't the Metra, it was
Yeah.
some pace shit. Like you used to be able to just take a train from like Elgin into the city.
Intercity rail. It
now
was
now
a
that's
thing.
just the purple line is the only one.
Yeah, to go to the Baha'i temple, and that's it.
I fucking lived, like, my house where I grew up was like basically at the Linden stop, like
Really,
under 5 minutes walk from there.
that's
So like
convenient.
even though I was in the burbs, like the getting on the train going to the city was not an unthinkable or unusual thing. Which was very funny because whenever there would be like a Cubs game that all the suburb kids would go to, like it was like a script. There was like a checklist they went down of like not understanding the core concepts. Like someone would not get that they had to pay. Someone would not get how to work the machine to get the card because Venture wasn't around yet. And I'm just like, how have you not fucking done this?
They don't know you need to hold on to something.
They don't need to hold on to. They don't know that like when the train stops, but it's not in the right place, it's gonna jerk forward like 3 or 4 times. So they stand up and get next to the door and then go when it moves again.
Or they just stand by the goddamn door, all of them, clogging it. The number of people that still do that, it makes me so mad. I get so aggressive. I try to use my body to push other people farther down the train car to teach them the ways to spread out. It's so fucked. Oh. Hate Cubs fans so much.
We always talk about. Sorry, talking about the Cubs fans. You know this. You've lived this.
Yeah. For a while, I worked by, like, not at O'Hare, but definitely in that direction, off of the Blue Line, off of near the Cumberland area. And what would happen is, in the summer, I would take the Blue Line to the Addison stop, like the Blue Line Addison stop, and I would try to go home where I had my video games. And what would happen on Cubs game days is that there would be like just a group think mob of drunk Cubs dads who act like they've never seen a bus before, and they get upset that everyone isn't going to the game, I guess. They don't like that. It's the worst shit in the world.
Yeah. There is like a certain type of guy who hates buses, like in a really weird way. Like it happened to me. I was recently out of town. I was coming back in town. I was on the Blue Line from O'Hare to my house, and some tourists were like, "Excuse me, are you from here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Do you know how to get to Navy Pier?" And I'm like, "Well, you would get off at Grand, but then you'd have to get on a bus." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, because it's on Grand, but it's at Pier, so it's on the lake, and the Blue Line that doesn't go all the way to the lake, and so you have to get on a bus." And they looked at me like I just told them, like, Navy Pier is gone. Like, Navy Pier went away.
I saw this thing online that was like, if you want to show someone is poor in a movie, you have them riding the bus in America. Like, it's so, the bus, public transport in general, but I think, like, I don't know, I think, like, people ride the train, but, like, if you're on a bus, you might as well be like, you might as well have a fucking bindle in a movie. Like, you might as well have a little fucking bindle. Like, I don't know why. That's just
the way people talk about the bus, like every just ableist, like anti-homeless person fucked up thing that you'll ever hear comes out, and like classism.
Yeah.
But I also, there's something about so I had this professor in college who was this big libertarian guy. He taught industrial organizational psych, and he drove a motorcycle, and he literally would say things in class about how he liked riding his motorcycle and he hated when it was in the shop and he had to ride the bus because he felt like he was not masculine and that he could not be in his power when he was on the bus, that he felt like a lesser human. And this was an interesting guy who also accidentally linked all of us to his polyamory blog on his MySpace one time.
Oh my god!
So I knew he was like into like dom sub shit, and so it was like literally like I pieced those things together. He couldn't feel that he was in his dominant energy when he was on the bus. He felt that he was being cucked by the bus, or put into a submissive.
But he's not dominating because he's not driving, and it's even more dominant to drive a motorcycle because the motorcycle is your dick.
There's nothing more alpha than looking at your phone while someone else drives you.
Yeah.
And you listen to your little
Especially,
music.
I have a fucking Steam Deck now, and I want to I want to play that on the bus or on the train. It's
I'm
probably
gonna
so
emulate
fun.
all my PSX games.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna play this game on the train. You could literally do that. Oh my
Wow.
Oh
god.
my god.
That would, if I noticed, if I didn't have this context and I didn't know what this was and I saw that, I would be so scared.
They're driving the train.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, this is actually a pilot program for the new remote-controlled train. I'm the train guy.
I guess I would just mostly be afraid, like, this is the kind of person who's about to talk to me about something they believe.
I'm gonna be so annoying if I move to the city. I love talking to people so much.
No, it's good. It's the Midwest still. At the end of the day, you can
Yeah.
kind of talk to people. They will try to sell you single-use deodorants on the train or have you play dice with them, but that's fine.
Yeah,
When
every
I
once in a
l-
while you see one of those guys. That's fun.
Yeah.
When I
It's
lived
fine.
off of what is it, Rockwell, the Rockwell Brown line, I was walking home at night, and a guy was like, he was in front of his car, and he was like, "Hey, do you need socks or deodorant? No, sorry, socks or cologne?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm good." And he opened his trunk, and it was like, obviously, he did not get this by legit means, and I love that shit. I love it.
Yeah, I was at a warehouse show on the west side, and some guy was just like walking down the street with like a single pack of floral bed sheets that he was trying to sell to just anybody. And like there were some people out, barbecuing in their front yard, and they were like, "Let me take a look. What size are those?" And then he sold the bed sheets. It was like, this fucking owns.
Never
Oh my-
stop grinding.
I'm so glad that I thought to tell you guys this. So when I used to work at an ice cream store, and we were very much like we worked in it's in Ipsy, which is like it's very much kind of like the poorer like city next to like the more wealthy college town. And one thing that was really important was like we didn't ask homeless people to leave if they like wanted to, if they came in and just were chilling, like unless they were actively harming someone, and not like that this homeless person is in my space. Yes, this is Charlie. Like, which we would get complaints like that, and we'd be like, yeah, that's what existing is like. Like they get to exist here too. But we'd give them we'd like always free water, always free samples, blah blah blah. So I think it was just like which I mean, it's not much, but it's like so much more than most fucking businesses. It's so gross. So I think this particular guy literally had just given water. Like maybe I had given him free samples too, but like for this place it was just normal shit. And he came back a little bit later and he gave me a brand new brand new shirt with Goku on it. And I was like, as like a thank. He's like, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm like, where did you clearly stolen, because it was this dude seemed like he was, I don't know if he was homeless necessarily, but it was. I think he had a bunch of them, and he showed me like a couple, and they were all like brand new, maybe with the tags on, and I'm like, where did you even get them? But yeah,
Beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
I mean, half those clothing donation boxes are a total scam where they end up reselling the stuff. So if if the good dude broke into those and got some Goku shirts, that's
true.
Praxis right there. So
oh yeah.
God bless.
However he acquired them, it was Praxis.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh, so beautiful.
It was really beautiful.
Beautiful moments of humanity.
So tell us the current state of the L.
Having been to New York a few times this year, I'm like, wow, this is a wide train that I don't fall over on, doesn't make me puke. Like, the L is so rickety compared to what we could have. That's my first thought.
I don't really go anywhere. If I go anywhere, I'm walking. So it's rare that I'm on the train. However, and because of this, I can't give you like a slice that is of enough breadth to be useful. However, it's been fine. times I need to go, I go to the airport on the Blue Line. Generally, the only time I would take the train is if I'm going downtown, because that's the only like far away place that I would want to go that the train goes to. And in with that use case in mind, it's fine. Better than driving.
I also don't go a lot of places because I am a laptop slave.
Yeah.
But they need to run more trains during rush hour. Even during rush hour, there is like significant lead times, and this is like the same problem that keeps happening again and again. And the other thing that is happening, and if you're not like from here, it's a very specific type of frustration, is that like we can track buses, we can figure out when there's a bus coming or whatever, but like some of the buses are fake. Like like now they're ghost buses that you could be waiting for, and they will say, you know, there's gonna be a bus showing up in 10 minutes, and then there never was. In fact,
Yeah.
a bus died here 20 years ago this day.
Yeah, I had that problem when I was there in town. And I didn't know that that was a thing. So we just kind of waited there, and we were like, what do we do now?
This is why the Dorval Carter should be fucking fired, because like when you have ghost buses and not enough trains in rush hour for people to get to work, which is the only thing that you care about, it's the only reason you have citizens is so they can go to work. And you say, "Hello, Mr. Guy who runs the CTA. What are you doing to solve this problem?" And when his answer is "What problem?" Oh my god, it's Cacciatore Field. When his answer is "What problem?" then you gotta fucking fire that guy, because he's just like, I'm not gonna do shit. Why would I do anything? Go away.
Yeah, and you kind of unpacked on the show part of why this happens. That was that around like COVID, when they started being especially short-staffed, they just started putting into a bus tracker both the actual buses that are being tracked and then also the schedule that says a bus should be here at this time. And so you have no way of telling the difference when you're just checking the bus.
Yeah, and then when you look at the list of buses that were tracked, look, it's all of them. We did it. No reduction. And they're like, great job, Dorval. Have some more money.
So, so a group called Chai Hack Night made an app that tracks ghost buses, or that you can use to report ghost buses, and they have really good metrics and statistics on which areas of the city are most fucked over by ghost buses. It's, as you would imagine, the south and west sides. So I put that in the chat, and you can even see like the whole map of like ghost buses and where things are failing.
If we can circle back, because we mentioned that the bus as an object in film, it's like poverty coded and whatnot. Doesn't have to be, but when I had access to those express buses on the lakeshore, that was the first time I had like a public transportation. This is good.
Yep.
I was
sorry. Yeah, go on. I think we got to the end of the line, which is why we stopped.
Yeah.
I was just saying that like those are the buses that like were fast. Like this is public transportation that serves everyone. It's great. It kicks ass. You get home fast. There's a million of them. Obviously, do these serve the south and west sides? No, it's all lakeshore shit.
Rich commuters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's the same bus I used to take too. Yeah, the 147. And it is good. I mean, I think back on when I was working at Water Tower and taking the 147 up to Sheridan, and like so many people were fucking crammed in those things every day. Thinking about that post-COVID is like horrifying.
Yeah.
But it worked. It got the fucking job done.
I used to take, so in the horrible job that I talk about when I worked with Kevin on Kevin Johnson Goes Gusto Mode, Evanston job with the Crazy Man. So
really good episode.
Yeah.
I think of that
one. So to get there every day, twice a day, I lived at that time on Central Park and Belmont. Not Belmont exactly, but close enough. That's the closest bus. And Central Park is about 3600 west, if I'm not mistaking it. And the train is what, like 1400, 1200 west? So that's like couple of miles. And so I got to get on the bus every day and go a couple of miles. That takes about 20 minutes. Then when I get to the Belmont stop, I have to go all the way to Evanston, which was aforementioned Purple Line, which the only way I can get there with any sort of speed is the Purple Line Express, which is this Purple Line that goes directly from Belmont, stops at Fullerton, and then it doesn't stop again until Howard. Otherwise, I would have to take the Red Line, and then it stops at every stop. Then I would transfer on Howard to the Purple Line non-express normal version and go to Evanston. And occasionally, you would get up on the platform and see the Purple Line Express leaving, and you would look at the big board and it would say Purple Line Express for 25 minutes, and I would go, oh no, it's fucking 8:50. Like not 8:50, but just like it was a truly hellish experience that took it over an hour each way that I would do every single day, and I had to get there by 9. And I hate waking up. Like I'm addicted to working home for a number of reasons, but one of the main ones is I can wake up at 9. And I do wake up at 9 every day. I never sleep past then. Wink, wink. But I can wake up at 9 and my commute's over. Like the idea that for this hellish Evanston job, which sucked, I was getting up at like 6:37. Like I can't even imagine that life. What a nightmare.
And people go way farther than that. Like I had a job interview for some association of nurse anesthetists. They needed a statistician. This is when my life sucked. And I had to take a train all the way to Howard, and then I had to take a pace bus, or like I had to take the Metra and then another pace bus. It would have been like a 2-hour commute, and there were people who did that. There were people who lived in like Rogers Park or like Edgewater, and they live in the city and they go out to some godforsaken suburb 2 hours every day to sit in an office, and that's just who they are.
The nice thing about excuse me. The nice thing about I really like the Ravenswood neighborhood. It's very quaint, but with the metro station right there, you can do the reverse commute life. I know a few people who like had suburban jobs and they lived in Ravenswood, and they would go travel out to the most hideous office park that has ever existed, and it worked out.
They would go to Hell Grove or whatever.
Yeah. I've been here almost 15 years. I still don't know where any fucking suburb is, and I don't plan
keep
to.
it that way.
Yeah, I am.
Although
I am curious where that is. Every time I go to Chicago, because I want to move there, it's like where I'm trying to learn not the suburbs, because I don't want to necessarily. I mean, I could learn that when I get there, but I want to figure out where I need to think about moving. So I'm always trying to learn the in Chicago neighborhoods. And it's because I've never lived in a city. I don't understand these things. I have
very
downtown. Just that I have like there's like downtown, and there's like where the mall is.
This is a very neighborhood centric city. It's all about what fucking neighborhood is. If you have a friend that's on the opposite side of town, that's your friend.
You're not seeing them.
Dead. Yeah, you're writing them letters and putting it in a bottle in the sea.
It seems so wild
My
to
wife
me.
and I, when we started dating, I lived on the border of Lakeview and Uptown, and she was in Hyde Park, which is very
How did
far.
it happen? How did you?
We both had cars, which is the only legit. And the other thing
Okay,
is,
back up. What is that kind of commute? Like what? How long are you talking about driving? How long are you talking about on the train?
It would take me at night. It would. Nice thing, driving home at night on Lakeshore is pretty cool. I was home in like 30 minutes. But the issue is like, if I was coming home from like the northwest side of the city where work was, and she was like, "Hey, you want to come over? You want to come over after work?" I'd be like, I literally cannot, because like it would take me an hour and 15 minutes to get to home, and then to go from where I'm at to Hyde Park would be like another hour. And then I wouldn't be able to find parking, and then I would lose my mind, and I would be on the news.
It'd be like crawling through a rat cave with that much traffic. Like,
tonight's big story: local man goes nut.
Yeah. Well, and Hyde Park
that can't be on the news. That happens too often.
There are just some fucking neighborhoods that just like, yeah, if you know someone who lives there, no, you don't, because like,
Mhm.
especially given the nature of the CTA, where it's like a big hand, you know.
Right.
I'm
There's
trying
the
to get my
loop.
hand and scream.
There's
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
if
the
you
loop in
if
the
you live
center.
here, someone else lives here, you got to go like all the way, and like that's just not happening.
I don't love anyone enough
Yeah,
to do that on a regular basis.
People have talked about the idea of like the star line or something, which is a brilliant idea, which is connect the trains kind of like west of the city and on the outer side, because otherwise you have to go in completely and then get on a different train, which if the only purpose of the city is to get to the loop, that makes sense, but
the
that's
loop
not.
is the worst place to be if you're not going to a museum or the library. Those are the only two reasons to go.
Oh, that's the other thing too. I'm curious what, like, there's objectively less office space in use for obvious reasons. I'm just curious what the sort of like what that's going to mean for like what the loop looks like. It's not going to be like it's going to be abandoned. It's just like people with money will then turn it into other things that make money. Hopefully, the alternative, I guess, is you could hold on to like Class C office space and then complain and write a bunch of op-eds about it, about how people don't come to work anymore and stuff, which I'm sure some will.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
that's
pretty
done
much
really
what's
well.
happened. There was we do like a bunch of different segments on the show, including our Sharticle segment.
That's when we read good news from very
Oh,
credulous journalists.
Media
And-
brained people.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And one of the first ones that we did was somebody was saying people don't want to come back to work because they're all addicted to meth. Like literally,
and it was one CEO who does that on the job. Which is great. Cool. But yeah, I mean, the loop is already such a ghost town. Like even before the pandemic, like after 5 p.m., like people think, oh, that's downtown. That's where the things are happening. This
That's
is
what
not
I thought.
Manhattan, sweetie. Oh no, it's toast. It's dead. You know, like everything's closed. You can't even
Like-
get a damn Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah, like things are happening. What things? Why do you think a thing would be happening? What's there? A big office building where everyone's gone home. Like
Yeah.
if you love being on a cleaning crew, like that's the place to be. But otherwise, no.
Yeah, it's ghastly.
We need to just.
One of our guests. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say we just need to go into these office buildings and fucking squat. That's and take them over. Squatters' rights, right? Like, God, I wish.
But then the windowlessness will make you go nut.
Yeah.
See,
That's why
I
they're
want
trying
to live.
change
I
the
want to
codes
just
to make
live.
them do that.
I want to just live in the back rooms. That's like. I don't know why. That sounds fun.
Joe, what were you
someone-
saying? One of our guests.
One of our guestos on from the show, M. Haverty. I remember visiting M downtown. They were living in. At the time, it was like associated with Roosevelt, but it was this really beautiful like Art Deco building that they didn't at all prepare for before cramming people in. But I remember going down and visiting at like 5, and it's just like this is like like you're 20, like you're 21. The loop after dark is like the worst place to. There's nothing happening. Like there's, it's a ghost town. Like the subway is closed, by which I mean the sandwich place.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But some of the train
God.
lines too. Like,
Yeah,
like the Brown line stops at what, like midnight or 11 or whatever. So.
yeah.
Like, I was fucking. We were
The whole
I
brown
remember-
line? Sorry.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
the red and the blue go 24 hours. Yep.
The orange might as well be 24 hours. It like stops at like 4 and then starts again at like 4:30 or something. But
That's where they do all the split shifts.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I was with, as I say, with my wife to go to the art museum on Sunday at like noon. We were like we got there at like 10:30, 11, and we were going home at like noon 31. And like I know it's Sunday, but like it's the weekend. This is where the museums are, and it's nominally downtown. But like yeah, again, like Joe said, like the Dunkin' Donuts were closed. Like you couldn't get a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's just like if you're not on your way to work doing the one thing that makes you a human being, then fucking die, bitch.
Mhm. And that's what passes for culture down there too. There's a Dunkin' Donuts, you know, there's a Sweet Green. Like fuck fuck downtown
Oh.
in general. Like
Yeah, that was. I
there's
remember when
nothing.
I still worked downtown. Like because I had made this a precedent when I was like a peon and I worked like the monkey job that I just took hour lunches and like if anyone asked me to stop, I'll say no, and no one ever did. And
Yes.
so like I would be like, oh, and I kept doing it even as I got more and more real jobs. I would still just take hour lunches and like I would never like clock out and in. I just would walk out. Anyway. You'd think that
Yes.
that would mean that I would be able to go in all the great places in the loop and have a great lunch. And it being a place with business, it would have a lot of great lunch places for all the workers. Fucking no. Like
Hell no.
nothing good to eat there. Like the only thing good was green apple pho, which was in a basement of another office building where you had to walk through a door that was propped open and go down in a completely gray staircase with no signage, and then you're in the basement and you go through another door that's propped open, and there's a horrible fucking cafeteria ass room full of little fucking tables of people eating delicious pho, and you would order a pho and it'd be great. Other than that, it's fucking Sweet Greens and fucking naffs and fucking soup and sandwich garbage. Rotis. Boo.
Yeah, rolled ice cream.
Yeah.
Fucking just it's a joke. Oh. Photopotamus mentioned Chicken Planet, which used to be a beeper world.
I never heard of it. Oh shit. Chicken Planet reminds me of the one place that was good. Pierogi Heaven, which had pierogies and it had little Polish sausages, and they asked, do you want your pierogies with bacon and onion and sour cream? And you would say, yeah.
Obviously.
Sounds
And
amazing.
one day I left work thinking I'm gonna go to Pierogi Heaven for lunch, and I will go up to it and I see a big sign that says Pierogi Heaven is closed, and I do one of the things I'm most proud of in my life, which is I say with no delay, I'm in Pierogi Hell. So that's gone now.
That's what the sign should change to that at night. It just becomes Pierogi Hell.
I want to go there though. Like, what does that entail?
Yeah.
The pierogies were so fucking good. You would get 6 pierogies and one little Polish sausage link, and that would be such a good lunch. And they were really surly. It was great. You want to be a little surly.
Yeah, you want to sit down and feel like they're just gonna say no.
This is actually, Joe, we have like a history of going to Polish restaurants, extremely enjoying them, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like that shit's gone forever, fuckers.
Yes, we went to. There's a Polish buffet by your old place.
Yeah, it was
I remember
the Golden Apple, and it was very funny because it had 5. It had the Golden Apple. The sign is the Golden Apple, and then there was 5 stars, but only 4 of them were filled
Polish
in. Like,
apple,
let's not
right?
be crazy. Like, it's pretty good, but like 5 stars, none of it.
Humility.
It was really good. I remember we went because there was one day we were playing Smash Brothers for too long, and your wife came in and was like, "You have to go to the Polish buffet. You have to stop playing Smash Brothers." And we were like, "Okay." And then it's really good. I think it's also where you were like, "I don't get espresso. Can you like teach me?" And I was like, "I mean, you can get it, but I don't know what there's to teach."
Well, I mean, I just need you to cover for me if they yell at me for doing espresso wrong. Because every time I had espresso, it would have been made poorly and tasted exclusively of acid and sour. This wasn't a very good espresso either. I like espresso now, but it's real easy to get someone giving you a shitty one, and it tastes like sour exclusively.
And
yeah,
now
I
it's
just
like
needed
a bowling alley, right?
I don't know. I don't think anything's there, but I know that like at right about the same time that it closed, Avondale Bowl opened up, and we went there with Kevin just to check it out. And it is like the most odious. Like, if talk about like the worst of like white culture, because I'm like a bowling alley, that's cool. And you go up, and there's like fucking 4 ass lanes, like very few. And we are like, can we bowl? And they're like, sure. wait's gonna be 3 hours, and we say
Oh,
fuck you.
God.
And we go, and it's just a bar. It's this big ass bar, and it's serving fucking drinks that you could get at the store. And I'm just like, what are we fucking like? What is this? Like, why would anyone come here? And everyone there was wearing the orange hat that's very tall. You know the one.
Yeah.
And like I was just counting the number of orange hats, and I'm like, this is I feel ill. And so we left. And
After
Kevin
drinking
taught
a
us.
$20 beer.
Yeah, yes. And
I'm
Kevin
sure it
told
was
us about all the different classes in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, that was.
Sounds like a win to me.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
fun.
we could have done that anywhere.
Yeah.
We could have
and
done
this
that at
is
Polish buffet and had fucking pierogies and blintzes.
and this is why choosing your neighborhood is very important. Like it's jarring that like
Okay.
just how quickly a neighborhood becomes terrible. Like and gets filled with things like that. Like really expensive indoor mini golf with two holes, and it's really loud.
So
that's
what?
the other
What?
thing, it was
Okay. So
insanely
what?
loud because this bar was unbe-inable because it was like plow, blam, like constantly from the fucking bowling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it was like cement floor, like just not set up, not refurbished to actually be a place of people spending time, but it's just a place to extract money.
Do you
So
remember when there was like that huge froyo bubble where like there was a froyo place basically every 3 storefronts on the north side?
And before that, the cupcake bubble.
Oh yes.
So many
can't believe
cupcake
that
places. Yeah, I had a coworker who was really whack, who had like a cupcake review blog. You know, real. I mean,
Wow. Is
Yeah.
that still up? Can you find that in the Wayback Machine?
oh, she probably still updates it. I don't.
They had the cupcake places were money laundering, right? I feel like they have to be because like people don't like cupcakes that much.
Oh, they do. There's a certain kind of white
Really?
girl that goes crazy for them.
You know how like 80% of all alcohol is consumed by like 20% of the people? It's the same concept.
These are the whales. These women are the whales, the high rollers, the big spenders in the cupcake industry, and they love it. They'll
The
They'll do
cupcake
anything.
era was hell for a frosting agnostic like myself. I want frosting to be a light frost. You know how when there's frost on something, it's generally like a thin layer. There's not like a huge. There's a lot
No, I
of
want a
frost. It's
shower
called
after.
ice. Fuck yeah! Like and like there would be, I would see these cupcake places.
Cupcake piss
Piss
course.
pours.
cupcake piss
I would
pours.
see I would see the cupcakes in the window, and I'm just like, motherfucker, you better give me a big ass cup of coffee with that for free, because it's impossible to eat that and not be the thirstiest boy. Oh, we're back at Library State in Van Buren.
Yeah.
Holy
Isn't
shit!
like the crumble, the giant cookie is the same concept, and that's like kind of popular right now. Although I get the sense that that's not fake.
Wait, the giant cookie? What is?
Where are you talking
Yeah.
about giant cookies?
There's a company called Crumble, and how they do like big cookies, I guess.
Oh,
And their
there's
thing is
one
they-
here too. I've heard. I was just talking to my spouse about this. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, and their thing is that like they don't do a ton of flavors. It's just like, this is what we're making this week. Come get these. And it's just like, how can that be that much materially different than the cupcake game? Maybe, I don't know, but
It's the same kind of branding too. I think they have to rotate through different baked goods because they're all actually pretty boring after a point.
I was recently in Philadelphia, only for like an afternoon. It's too long to get into why, but when I was there, I spied a.
Jesus car says Crumble's a Mormon company, right? Is that a thing?
Oh, no.
Is-
Good to know.
I didn't know that.
But when I was in Philadelphia, I spied an Insomnia cookies, and I was just like, "Whoa!" I thought that like doesn't everyone know that this business model is a total washout? Like, like I remember Insomnia cookies popping up in college, being like, "Huh, interesting. Maybe I'll get one." And then like a year later, they're all closed. I'm like, "Oh yeah, makes sense." Like,
Yeah.
There's one
that
by
would
Loyola
happen.
now. Yeah, it's by all the
Still?
universities. Yeah.
Jesus.
I thought
It's,
they were done, like they
Yeah,
had
me
died
too.
completely. Because the business model where you bring one person a cookie at 2 a.m. is not amazing. Like it's the margins are maybe not massive.
Yeah. And now there's apps for that in a different way. It's
Yeah.
really
I
nuts.
figure like if the one near DePaul didn't take off, and
You're
like
right. Yeah.
that's primed for success because like it's all your dumbest children. You know,
Yeah.
no one's very bright there.
Mhm.
Many of them are
Suburban
high.
kids with money. Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
As someone who the three separate the college will order 2K cookies per event. Huh.
Oh, from Insomnia cookies, Lulu thinks that's wild.
Well,
Mm.
maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe
Oh,
I don't know anything.
Um,
Maybe Insomnia cookies kicks ass.
I mean, I don't know about that. We don't have to
Yeah.
go that far.
Sure.
Homies, I am running out of steam. I was working very early. How can I
Yes.
disengage in a cool way?
Do you? Well, we can just thank you profusely for coming on the show for the second time.
Yes.
Oh, this is great. If more transit-related PS3 games about Chicago come up, definitely have us over. But also,
Absolutely.
we're excited to talk about anything. We like piss course is fun to say.
Piss course.
Yes.
Yeah, so we do
We're
piss
all about it
course.
here.
Our new Discord. I don't think we had the Discord, right? We have a new Discord that's called the
Piscord.
Piscord. Come join the
Mhm.
Piscord. I was very scared to do the. I was very scared to start a Discord because I thought it was gonna be bad. And in like, in learning to in setting up our Discord, I went in y'all's Discord and it was very good and it made me feel better
Mhm.
about it. So
Yeah.
I know there's some friends in the chat that
Seems like a pretty sane time in there.
yeah.
Really hope it stays that way. You can never be too careful.
Yeah, you can never be like, oh yeah, our Discord is great and nothing fucked up will happen.
Like
They
all
will
it
band
takes is-
together and cancel you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. The reason we resisted is that old tweet. It's like make a Discord, really give you all a place to plot against me.
Literally.
But also just like all it takes is one. Like it's public, and all it takes is one creep. Like
Yep.
every time a person joins, you're rolling dice. Like, are you the freak who makes the problem the capital T capital P the problem happen?
Yep.
And like, because I'm not moderating this shit. I look at it once in a while. And if someone comes to me with like a thorny issue, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck.
Shut the
Right.
thing down. But yes, thank you so much for coming on. I am happy to have y'all on as often as you'll come. And if
Yes.
you ever have ideas, just shoot us ideas because this show is different every week.
Yes.
So,
And
yeah.
and Maddie has to build the infrastructure every time. Every
That is
weird thing
incredible.
that we
You
do.
do
Yes.
a extreme amount of work, and it's very funny.
All
Well,
while being a full-time train driver.
yeah. Yeah, it helps I don't have any other job. So I could just fixate on this. But yeah, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, our pleasure.
Joe, do you guys have anything you want to plug other than the Sickos?
We did a really good audio drama.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Sicko shock.
You have to listen for Tom. No, let me restate that. Well, I disappeared, but you have to listen because it makes Tom feel better, and then when he feels better, I feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, because when I feel bad, I moan at Joe, and then he suffers. Because if he doesn't say anything, I'll just repeat it until he's like, "That sucked," and I'm like, "I know."
Well, the other thing too is when you are moaning, it's like I'm at a crossroads because it's like I can escalate. I could be like, "Do you ever put your head on the railroad tracks? Like, what are we doing?" but it's just easier if everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody listen to it. Write a blog post. Write a blog post reviewing it. Make fan fiction. Make an animatic of your favorite scene, or just animate it fully. You know, you don't have to stay animatic. You can do the whole thing.
Yeah. And
All
someone
that I
should
think
do
is a
that.
good thing.
They should make a fully animated version. We're kind of busy, so like we'd only be doing like very general oversight. But if someone could get that started, that would be awesome.
That we would love that. This is so fun. I too am going to go because it has been 2 of them hours, and
Oh yeah, thank you so much for staying
Yes,
staying so
thank you
long.
for
This
being
is so fun.
generous with
this
your
was.
time.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was fun. It just at the time flew by, but that's my brain talking. My back has a very different story. It's like, no, you've been sitting for 2 hours, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Thank
a
you.
lot of fun.
Thank you,
Maddie,
Ben.
I'm good to stick around for a little bit. Are you?
Yeah,
cool
we
with
got
that? Yeah.
I was thinking we have another hour of our normal time slot, so we'll
Okay.
stick around
Jesus
and we'll
Christ! How do you do
Yeah.
3 of these?
It's a lot.
It's I don't know. We got used to it. I don't know.
It was
but
really hard the first time.
I used to
and
get drained for sure.
now it's pretty chill. Sometimes usually I was actually raiding myself. So we would do this stream during the day, and then I would raid myself, which is every time I do it is a very weird thing because I have to have another OBS stream open, and then like
a different channel.
Yeah.
And then she would stream for like another 3 hours.
Jesus Christ!
I did 8 hours. I've done 8 hours that way pretty regularly. So
This is like Joe telling me he's eaten 2 frozen pizzas in a week. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how are you moving? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Built for this stuff. All right, thanks for being here.
Thank you
Tom.
so much.
See ya. Bye bye.
Woo. Oh my gosh. Oh, what sweet boys. And I'm really glad that they communicated when they were done and when they retired. You know?
Yes, yes.
I hope Joe wasn't in tired agony for long before that. But yeah.
Yep. We love the boys. We love their show, and we love when they come on. So, and we love that we've gotten a few more
cross-pollination.
Yes.
Sicko.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really make a plan for what to do after. There is more game we could play. I could try to beat that hard mission.
Yeah, we could see. I feel like because we could also talk a lot more about like we didn't actually get that much into breaking down Chicago for you. So I feel like we can do both of those things at the same time, to an extent. And
yeah,
let's see
absolutely.
Where that takes us.
So
if you're down,
I'm very down. Yeah. So
yeah,
this will probably be fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, no. I think this is exit. I think I pressed the right buttons.
Yeah. Also, Chicago, it was very nice to meet you in person.
Oh yes, I heard.
The beach. Yeah.
Very good.
That was definitely the coolest way somebody's introduced themselves as, "Oh, I'm your possible band invader."
I have to like turn off because I left it on because I was that it shows that every time because I'm like, well, what if it actually is helpful information at some point? But it's funny because like when you talk in the chat, it's so weird. It doesn't scroll all the way down. So like
yeah, like tries to hide you from people.
It's so weird. Let me see if I can show this. Yeah, see? So it's like it's not actually showing the last chat. It's just showing like I have to scroll down a little bit. It's so weird.
It like censors it somehow. It's very funny.
I think it's just it's very weird. All right. I think this I think my PS3 may have crashed. So let's try and restart that, and then we can get that beautiful intro cutscene again too.
Hell yeah! So how much have you ridden Chicago public transit? I don't actually know because y'all have driven down here.
Yes,
for the most part, right? When you come to visit.
Yes. So it is basically we would take the train every time because there's actually a really direct train route from where we live to Chicago. So it's one of the few it's a relatively a really direct route and pretty quick. But it is we'd have to buy the ticket as advanced as possible, and then for it to be the cheapest, and you can't just get it on the day of. It gets crazy expensive, and then also it's just so much more expensive for two people to take a train to Chicago than it is to drive. It's double or more than the gas.
Right.
And then also if it's usually we don't drive in Chicago at all, but sometimes there's sometimes it can be helpful, and we'll usually stay with people, and we've gotten groceries for them, and so that stuff is it can be helpful to have it there. So for it to be more expensive, and so much more expensive, and to not have the car there is not, it's just not something we can do. But when I came to FurFest, the time I came to FurFest, I actually did drive, or excuse me, take the train, because for one person it is financial, it's not that, it's I think it's a little cheaper for one person to take the train than to drive.
Take the Amtrak in, yeah. And so how much public transit, once you're in the city, have y'all gotten to experience? Just a little bit here and there, or you mostly drive?
Yeah, we've taken more Ubers than I would like. We've definitely taken it multiple times every time we come in, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've done a decent amount. A lot of it has been with you or another friend in town. So a lot of it has been a little hand-holded.
Sure.
But last time I was there, actually, we took, I think it maybe was actually the Brown Line, because the Brown Line is what
it's closest to where you were staying. Yeah.
Yeah, the friend that we usually stay with is on the Brown Line, and so we took the Brown Line in, and we made a transfer, and I figured out how, I didn't have anybody tell me how to do it. I just figured it out, and that felt very good.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved here, it was 2009. I didn't have a smartphone yet. I was writing MapQuest directions on a Post-it note.
Oh my God.
To navigate things. And people who, it's another time. And people who know me know if I hit a three-way intersection, a diagonal one, which there's many of in Chicago, I'm going the wrong way. Nothing on earth can make me go the right way, because I will second guess myself and end up going the wrong way, no matter what. 100% of the time I'm wrong. So I had some tough times back then.
I can't imagine. I actually had a smartphone when I started driving, so I can't imagine doing I don't know, being in a city without a smartphone. I can't even imagine that.
It was tough, but I think, especially compared to New York, where there's a million fucking train lines, and what the label is on the train direction might not be corresponding to where you think you need to be going. It's very confusing. Chicago's trains are pretty easy to learn, I find.
Yeah.
And I was afraid to do the bus for a long time, because if you miss your stop, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You won't know where you are. Whereas the train, it stops every time. I don't have to be watching a hawk and pulling the cord.
Yep.
So that was a relatively easy transition into public transit life.
So I think I'm pretty so I lived in Shanghai for a couple years when I was a kid. There's public transport there. There's a train. There's actually at the time there was the maglev train. It was almost like a demo, because it was just from the airport to downtown Shanghai, and that's all it was. And now there's you can go to Beijing. There's a whole fucking maglev system all over the place. But at the time it was just from the airport to downtown. But there was also some amount of metro. We didn't use it a ton, but I did use it some there, so that probably helped. I was too young to be navigating it, but still, I was used to you gotta hold on to something, and then also in the Ann Arbor area actually has a really good bus system for the size of the city. It's a college town, and there's it goes it goes from Ann Arbor to Ipsy, and there's like a big radial system. There's even some buses that will go across the spokes. So yeah, it's comparatively really good. And there's also like another university bus system that is free, that you don't actually have to show ID. So yeah, I was very used to, as a teen, I would take the bus by myself all the time, and I went everywhere on the bus. So I was really used to that. So I think that has helped a little bit. We did get a Go Piss Girl. I'm gonna use that to go fill my water.
Great. Yeah, piss right into the cup. Keep it going. Yeah, I can vamp. I really don't need to piss, but maybe I'll hydrate. So I'll fill myself with piss. Thank you, Allie, for the redeem. Yeah, as much as we shit on Chicago public transit here, it is one of the few American cities where you can really comfortably get by without having a car. I've been here since 2009, and the only reason that I lost my driver's license was because I physically lost the license, not because I was like so bad at driving or did a oopsie. So we're blessed to have a good transit system here, relatively speaking. I was just talking about how we talk shit on it here because we're spoiled, but it is livable. Like you can get by without a car just fine.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. I've never lived aside from Shanghai, which was I was a kid, so it's different. I've never lived in a city, and it's just every time I go there, I'm like, wow. I mean, even because I live in like a suburb, so it's like I don't even live in Ann Arbor. Like I'm outside Ann Arbor, and so it's like I can't even get an Uber. Like I can't get an Uber to the Ann Arbor, right? Like maybe I can, but it'd be like $1,000 or whatever.
Right.
So I can't and even though there is like a really good public transportation, like the bus is really good comparatively, it's not it's not like a big city. So yeah, it's a huge reason that every time I come to Chicago, I love it so much. And I know it's not it's there, New York is probably better, and there are other places that are better, but like it's just so nice, and it's so walkable. There's just like so much shit.
I was about to say the walkability score. Like I could not ever go back. It's so depressing being in a suburb. It's something, I just knew in my bones as a kid, this is dark-sided shit that I'm here in this place. And I was just craving to move. I was walking, I would walk to high school some mornings where there was like late arrival, and it would be like an hour and a half to do that. And but the body wants to move. I gotta kick these feet up, and it's just so nice to be able to like make contact with the world and just like walk to the neighborhood, go to the grocery store, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. We do have some shit going for us.
I think, and the one thing that I've never felt unsafe in Chicago. I know that that's the thing, and I think anybody that lives there is obviously knows. But like, that is the big like stereotype, and it's like I've literally never. I mean, I'm sure I haven't gone. I mean, I haven't gone to the South Side really, and so I'm sure there are places that. But still, it's just like the narrative. Like the narrative of cities in general, but especially Chicago, like people are like,
it's unreal, yeah.
People are like, oh yeah, Portland is gone, right? They killed they destroyed Portland. Like Portland is a hole in the ground now, right? And it's like, what? What are you
talking about? Yeah, it's like I never want to like understate the danger of like people that are living in like Inglewood. Like if you're a kid there, you just can't go out and play. Like you are assigned a gang that you belong to based on where you live, whether you like to or not, and you can't go outside. Like that's a real thing that like people in areas on the South Side have to live with, and areas on the West Side have to live with. That is like also an important like racial justice issue, but also the fear mongering that this city is so dangerous and Chirac and all this bullshit. That's also obviously a huge racist problem.
Right.
And you see, if you live in a city where there's more people, you are more likely to see some shit statistically some of the time.
Right.
But it is, I was walking around at like 4 a.m. as a, small 21-year-old, and the only thing that ever happened to me was people would be like, hey, do you need me to protect you? And maybe they were using that as a way to hit on me, or maybe they were just sincerely doing that. It's not, I don't know.
It's
Fear of crime in a certain way is overhyped. Everybody knows my take on that shit. But
yeah. I don't think that is a conversation that's super necessary for anybody in our chat, but it feels important to you just say, because it's wild. And I'm from the Detroit area. I'm not from Detroit. I have gone there sometimes, and it's like, even that too is like, it's wild, the stories about that. And yeah, but I fucking love Chicago. Someday, have I talked on the show about my co-op dream? Do you think?
I don't think you have. No, I mean, that's just something I know about you, but I don't think you've ever talked about it on stream.
Oh, you know what? I talked about it on my personal stream one time. I remember we were having a conversation. But yeah, my dream is, like every other fucking queer person, is to go in with people and buy what do you call them? Brownstones? I always want to call, like, the fucking 3 or 4 unit places that are like
the Chicago kind of building. That's like the Chicago apartment building, is those like 4 flats. Yeah.
What are those called? Because I want to call them a row house, but I don't think that's right.
No, row house has a different connotation. You usually hear like a 3 flat or a 4 flat in Chicago. Brownstone is more of like a New York-ism for whatever reason. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like a 3, yeah.
And have a co-op where everybody has their own apartment. Like, maybe one of the apartments is like, has a bunch of roommates in it, but generally, like, some apartments with, like, me and my spouse would have an apartment, and maybe another other people, but it would all be shared and all be co-op, and then ideally a fucking one of the units would be like space we all shared with, like, fucking cool gaming shit and just places to hang out and a place to fucking eat communally, and guest bedrooms to, like, so anybody in the building could have people stay there, or like have fucking refugees from, trans refugees from the fucking South. That's the dream. That's the fucking...
That would be sick.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's possible, like, there are definitely, depending, and when we can talk about neighborhoods, there are certainly neighborhoods where that can still happen, where it's like, well, you would all be your own HOA, or you could become an HOA that ends the HOA to end HOAs, because those are an evil thing. And just if anybody has a spare, maybe like $2.2 million, we're not going to be too fancy with it, but
yeah,
1.9, $2.2 million, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I have no. It's I'm clinging to this dream. It might not be possible, but that's the fucking dream.
Yeah, being able to just have space to offer to people is just something that, like, because I know that sometimes y'all are able to do that with the house that you now have, at least in a short-term way, and it's just like, as I get older and I think about, like, what do I want to be capable of, in, like, having a well-rounded adult life instead of just sitting at the computer all the time.
Yeah.
And that's definitely really appealing and like meaningful and nice.
Yeah, Megan bought this house in 2015. It was like, which was, obviously the market hadn't gone insane, had started to go insane at that point, so it was more reasonable then. But also the house was, like, not cleaned, so it was like, just basically the landlord didn't live in town and never came and took care of it, so it was like cleaned only some, and so they got like a really good deal on it, and obviously, and again, that was before all this shit, and it's just so, I feel so, like, lucky to have a place, because it has gotten used so many times. There are people that, like, you know, have been in bad situations and could like crash here. And it's like, I don't know. It just makes me mad thinking about how fucking housing and like people, you know, how bad that situation is in the U.S. right now, and how, yeah, just we could never imagine doing that now, because this house is a very small house, and this house is still like insanely expensive.
It's a very volatile market. One thing that I've heard that was kind of good news is because the rates on mortgages now are so high. Like for a while, it was like since the pandemic started, it was just like this insane frenzy of people selling for higher and higher prices and people buying for higher and higher prices. It's like nobody like prices are really really expensive for houses right now. It's fucked up. Nobody's buying them anymore. Like there's just like
nobody can.
Nobody can. And Airbnb, the floor has fallen out on that. Unfortunately, these things have a nasty way of like a ratchet effect, right? Where they get bad, but they only go back a little bit.
Yep.
But
New York just fucking banned Airbnbs. Did you hear that?
Yes. Fucking cheers to that. Thank
Yeah.
God.
So we'll see.
That's really good to see. And they have fucking rent control there. I have a friend who just went to court to get rent control, and if she wins, knock on wood, you know, she'll only be paying $800 a month for the rest of her life in Manhattan.
That's
Bitch,
wild.
like, and her kids too could do that. We really need that.
My understanding is that it's just come out that a lot of those places have been empty for years, because even though it's obviously more expensive to keep them empty than to not rent them, but landlords are so fucking evil that they're like, well, if we keep them all empty, then the market it'll help the market be evil for us.
Right. Yeah. And that the same thing happens with people just hoarding real estate in general.
Yeah.
Here, where it's like, yeah, we'd rather just eat the cost than they're that petty. Yeah. It's fucked up. But as for neighborhoods for y'all, because you want to have a house, right? That's like, you don't really want to have to downgrade to something smaller than that, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I like to imagine the like unit, you know, the like 3 or 4 flat thing.
Right.
And I think even if I couldn't get it to be like a co-op, I think I'd still want to live in a situation like that. But yeah, I'm not thinking like smaller apartment in like an apartment building.
Right. Yeah. I still do think that for the most part, the neighborhoods y'all would be looking at are the ones that you've seen. So
yeah.
So Albany Park, which is where you've stayed with a mutual friend of ours, and
Yep.
then Rogers Park, which is also where you've stayed with another friend of ours.
Right.
Those are like pretty queer areas that are pretty affordable. Rogers Park is the cycle is begun.
Yeah.
On Rogers Park in a noticeable way, because I used to live there when I moved for grad school, and it was not like it is now. And it's become like, oh, cool, cute, queer bars. Like, look out. That's like,
which is
that's
really sad. Which is really sad, because it's like the reason that's true is because, you know, queer people are disenfranchised, and so they have to like, they're like at that level. Like, there's a lot of white queers that are like comparatively disenfranchised to other white people, but they're still like well off enough that, you know, they can start that gentrification. And that's another thing I think about, where it's like, I don't want to contribute to that, but that's also not like a thing that I control. I don't know. It's complicated.
It's systemic. Yeah.
Right.
P.E. Muskowitz has a book called How to Kill a City that's all about this. And she talks about like how, you know, her family was priced out of Greenwich Village when that used to be like a cool, queer, working class kind of place. And so then she had to move into Brooklyn. And so she both was gentrified upon and then became a gentrifier all in one step. And
Right.
like these flows of people are set up by policy. And they use queer people and artists as a wedge very deliberately to drive gentrification later on. And so, you know, we're all just pawns in that.
Yeah.
For the most part. Until we get to like fucking landlord devil status, which of course there are queer people who do that too.
Right.
And I think they're in trouble, but I think
Did you see that fucking, oh man, I don't know if I can find it, but it was like a class in San Francisco for queering landlording.
Yes, and the fucking like post on one of the landlord forums from some like queer person that was like, how do I non-violently communicate that I need to evict this person?
Oh man, I found what looks like a reply to it, but the owner limits their account. I think they went private.
Oh, get their ass, everyone. There is also someone here in Chicago who very infamously, they run a therapy, a counseling center that's like very queer, whatever, and they're really active on the landlording forums, and they were offering like a, you know, become a gender badass course that was like.
Is this the one that had the app?
I can't remember if it was an app, but it was like a community that you had to pay hundreds of dollars a month to join, to like be on a forum with other trans people. And
trauma aware landlording. Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, that's out there, but yeah.
Yeah,
Roger
that's the key.
Starcom.
If you're going to be a gentrifier, make sure you do your duty to keep the rent down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fire guns.
Yep.
Have your chinchilla tear up the floorboards, which is as a renter I have always studiously done. The amount of what he's done to property values is really something.
Praxis. Yeah, Praxis.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I've left his turds just in gaps in floorboards, you know.
His turds get everywhere. It is ridiculous.
You should see the floor right now just from the 5 minutes I was holding him.
Oh my god. What a nasty animal. We love him so much.
He has no rectum control, everybody. Can't help it. But yeah, those are the areas. I did know people who lived in Albany Park who had that ideal scenario. You know, they didn't own it, but they all of them lived on different floors of a floor flat, and they had the most baller fucking Halloween parties, like a 4-story Halloween party. And then one person in that group, there were allegations about that person, and then
oh no,
happened. So
see, that's the thing that I don't know. But it's really nice because I feel like I have a lot of definitely have some friends that I've made through you, and then a lot of acquaintances like that are in people I kind of know, and I'm like, well, I feel like I have a good base of people to try and, but it's like, how do you, if you do end up in that situation, like how do you let that not explode everything? But that's a whole conversation.
Yeah, that's intentional communities, that's queer groups, that's theater troops, that's comedy scene here. You know, there's a lot to be figured out with that. But I don't know. I think being able to offer up space to people would really
that'd be so good.
Really nice. Yeah.
Separate and communal spaces. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the dream. Like it's like I like there's this, and then I feel like every other queer is like I want to buy the farm, and everybody has their own separate house is the other, which is also fucking great.
Yeah, I have a friend who wants to do that out in Michigan City. Just have like all the little tiny homes right in the like by the dunes and all that kind of shit. Very Mad Max Vuvolini core kind of shit.
Photo says Stardew Valley multiplayer. Yes.
Yes. I as like as an evil autistic, I've always really struggled with the fantasy of the commune because it's like, get the fuck away from me. You know, like when I hit my level, you know, I'm like, I want to fantasize about death, you know, alone.
Yeah.
About killing, you know. But it's as I've gotten better at like regulating my sensory shit and my stress, it's not as much, and I do actually have more room for like wanting to both separate and communal, you know. It can be
that's the dream, because I don't know if I could live like I've gotten so used to having my own space with my spouse. Like I don't know if I could live in like a you know, with a bunch of roommates anymore, but long term anyway. But yeah, that's why the dream is like to have like the 4 flat or whatever, where it's like everybody has their own space, and we don't, you know, you could just shut your door and be like, not right now. But also, you know, people can be coming in and out, and you can have shared space. And
Because there is something so magical about just that incidental contact of like, oh, I don't know what
Yes.
I'm doing. I'm gonna see what somebody's watching on the TV and just like watch them game and just, you know, see what they're
Yes.
cooking in the kitchen and chat them up. Like these things that are just what humans were able to do in a lot of configurations of ways people used to live. That is
Yeah.
really hard now.
to see my friend, any of my friends, I have to drive 30 minutes basically.
Yeah, and you have to like plan it.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to be able to be someone's like Steve Urkel neighbor. That's like the ideal for me. It's like I'll go be a pest to you. You know?
Yeah. Be fucking Kramer.
That's real. That's literally how I'm trying to be. Yeah, I would love to be somebody's Kramer.
Ugh. The dream.
Yes.
All right, let's try and see if we could take on this mission.
Yes. Pilot this mech. called the
Yes.
Chicago Brown Line.
Okay, so basically, this is the mission I got stuck on. And basically, it's exactly what I was doing in the tour, except... Okay, so there's... Oh, wait. You guys can't see that. So there's this clock. I don't totally understand all of this, but there's this clock up in the top left, and that's seconds. I think it's like I have to basically just be super on time, right?
Mhm.
And so anything I do wrong gets seconds off of the clock. So if I'm late to a station, if I am far away from the exact spot I'm supposed to be on, if I go too fast and the automatic brake has to get used, if I use the emergency brake, that's points off. These are all things. So basically, the mission here is just to do it perfect, as close to perfect as. It doesn't have to be literally perfect, but it has to be as close to perfect as possible. But it's everything else is the exact same. It's like the exact same shit, right? Like I'm just going station to station. But I have to follow all the rules.
Got it. And do you feel like, I mean, you've got a lot of laps in just while we were talking, while multitasking. Do you feel like you are now the pro?
No. I think I bet probably I've gotten enough practice. Hopefully I'm better. We'll see. Cuz it's hard cuz I have to really push it, right? Like I can't just go slow cuz I have to be on time. So up at the top there's the top one is the clock that I'm at, and the bottom one that's the next stop. So I need to be right on time.
Okay, you're booking.
I am booking. Oh shit, I used the EM. Oh, see, I already fucked up. Ah!
Whew.
See, it's hard. Okay, wherever you end up, make sure you put a land acknowledgement on the wall or something to combat gentrification. God, wait, who is a turf?
Yes.
Who is a crypto turf? Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I missed the conversations happening in the chat.
Oh, yeah, let me see here.
Armitage is next. Doors open on the right at Armitage. Soliciting on CTA trains is prohibited. Violators will be arrested.
Oh, I think this is a roommate situation or something.
God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is that whole thing of like, Bug is accusing you of triggering them because you asked them to do the dishes. That kind
Oh
of
my
bullshit.
God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, never. Yeah, nightmare, fucking nightmare scenario. And the people who weaponize that falls down a lot of identity lines in a fucked up way.
Oh, am I gonna fuck up again? Did I fuck up again? I'm gonna use the e-brake, lose
Oh,
some
shit.
points, because I don't think I was gonna make it.
Mm.
Okay, but we're okay. We're still early.
This is Armitage. This is a Brown Line train.
Am I gonna go over? Fuck. No. Okay, so oh, I got +3. I got 3 seconds. It was good. Okay, good.
Okay.
Oh my god, there's so many things. So, yeah, so there's the time that I need to get to, or there's the time it is now, and then in a second the time that I need to be at the next stop will pop up. And then that point or 1.0 miles there, that's how many miles to the next stop. And I need to be within 0.05 of the like exact line, plus or minus, or else it doesn't count. I think it's 0.05.
Okay. I wonder how stressful it really is driving this. Of like, obviously you do have to keep out the spacing a certain amount, otherwise you can't move because you'll be like hitting another train or you're backing up the whole line. So if you fuck up, it could be a lot of people could be mad at you as a real train driver.
Well, in this, you need to be within 10 seconds. Like you can't be 10 seconds early, over 10 seconds early, or over 10 seconds late, which feels more like a Japanese rail line rule than a Chicago train line rule.
I think that's accurate. I think here it's probably like several minutes during a busy time.
Yep. And what was it? Oh, do they sometimes they're just express and they just don't they just are like,
Oh.
yeah.
So that's how they'll fix it sometimes, is if two trains get too close to each other, they'll just say all of a sudden, hey guys, like, so there are express lines that go at certain hours, like commuter times, but then sometimes they'll just run express just to fuck up your life. They'll be like, hey guys, sorry, we're going to be going express from fucking Lawrence to Jarvis. If you're getting off anywhere in between there, your options are to get the fuck off now and wait for another train, or go past where you need to go and then get another train back. And then everybody groans and is confused and takes like 20 minutes to get off the train. And invariably, some people miss the announcement or they don't understand it because they don't speak English or Spanish.
Yeah.
So they're like, fucked. And then it just goes. That's always a fun time when that happens.
Oh no. Oh shit. I lost points because I went over the speed limit.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of time. We have another almost another minute until we need to be at this track, so that's good.
Plenty of time to go to the museum.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh. Oh my god.
Good. Okay.
Good. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing way better than I did when I was trying it with my friend who was helping translate.
You're very seasoned at it now.
I have to play this on the train now. I have to put this on my next time I'm in Chicago.
So like, wait, what the fuck? Like, is that VL? What? You must be some kind of super fan. I had a partner who used to teach writing classes in Chicago public schools, and there was this kid who was like, special interest was trains, and so
Right.
he wrote this story called CTA Zebras. And the entire story, it was incredibly long because the zebras went to every stop on every train line. That was the whole story. It was like, the zebras got on the orange line to Midway, and then they rode it to
Oh.
Midway, and then they got back and they rode it in this direction.
That's
And
amazing.
then they got on the green line, and they transferred at this station. It was completely accurate. This kid was just writing this like purely from their memory, from their mind palace. They transitioned at this stop, and then they took the green line to fucking Ashland, and then they went this way, and they transferred to the pink, and they went to Cermak, and then they did this.
This is why humanity is good, because we have people like that. Like that guy should be in charge of the CTA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. This was like an 8-year-old who already had the entire thing memorized, all the transfers, all the lines, all the stops.
Yep.
And the story was just like, what if I list every train stop I know, but it was zebras that were going.
That child's gonna be a furry for sure.
Yes, a furry and a real train fan,
A real foamer.
real foamer furries. Wow.
So, okay, do you see that little triangle on the rail? The
Yes.
orange. I don't quite understand exactly. I mean, it's telling me when I'm going too fast, or like when I need to like slow down for the next, like either the next station or for the next, like you know, that I need to. I'm like going too fast, but I don't understand exactly like how it seems to be communicating like I'm going, like the nuance of how it's communicating that I don't quite understand. So that's part of the oh, damn it. I lost a second.
Oh shit. Yeah, is it just like a little like caution kind of thing?
It is, but it gets bigger and smaller and I don't quite understand. See, it's just little there. I guess I'm just going a little too fast.
This is Chicago.
So crazy that the people are moving, that this is like real ass video. Like, how did they get permission from the city to do this?
Yeah, I don't I'm curious if this video existed or if they filmed it, which seems crazy. Like maybe they like oh man, I don't think I'm going to do it. Oh.
Merchandise Mart is next. Doors open on the right at Merchandise Mart.
I think I have to go the whole fucking route too.
Trains at Merchandise Mart.
Holy shit, in that amount of time?
Yeah, like I have to stay on time. Oh shit, I lost another point. Oh, did I knew? Oh, I didn't lose points that time. God. But yeah, I'm down to. I was started with 30 seconds, and now I'm down to 8 seconds of my
Holy shit.
like penalty clock.
And you're like entering the loop now, almost.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna
Well-
have to be frame perfect.
Yeah. Because I need to get points back. Oh shit! I lost a point. What? Why am
Shit. What the fuck?
I don't know why I lost so many.
Were you going too fast around the curve?
Merchandise Mart.
Maybe?
Transfer to Purple Line trains at Merchandise Mart. This is a Brown Line train to downtown.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Zero. Oh no! What happened?
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
It just started taking them away. I don't know.
I don't know how I failed there. Was I too? I don't think I was too early. Damn. See, this shit is hard.
Yeah. It's hard. It's fucking hard to be a train driver.
So I guess now I started back just at the last stop I was at, but I think I have to go all the way. I don't know. I don't remember how far I have to go because I didn't start at the beginning.
Interesting.
Merchandise Mart is next.
Was that Merchandise Mart that I just failed at? I think it was, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
This game fucking kicks ass, though.
it's beautiful. It's so crazy. And I just still don't understand why they picked Chicago. Why they picked the Brown line.
I think it is well, okay, so that was something that was you were discussing on on the in the Discord is that it's cuz I think it's cuz it's got the elevated tracks, right? So like and that's so iconic. But
Well, so that's most of them. So the red line goes both up and down multiple times. Like it's
Right.
downtown, it's under the ground, but then it goes up once you get out of downtown. And then the loop on the elevated platform is the brown, the pink, the orange, the green. I think that's it. So those are all elevated, and all of those pretty much stay elevated until the end of the brown. It goes onto the ground.
But it's definitely it's like a lot. Like I think it's more than other places, right?
Yeah, because we just have these rows of like the loop is like 4 different trains all go in a loop, two like in opposing colors, and then also and then also the purple goes on there too. So I guess if they were gonna choose an elevated track, the brown maybe is the most sensible one.
Oh, I
'Cause
see
it-
why they chose the brown as opposed to other lines in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, could have been the green. It could have been the orange. But I mean, I guess
Do
the
they
brown.
those all do the loop?
Yeah, they all go around the loop. They all stop at these same stops that you're doing once you're in the loop. And then they branch out. Like one goes to the airport, one of the airports, one of them goes to Oak Park, which is kind of a suburb, etc., etc. But I guess the brown line it like does a loop and then it goes north to a few little cute places. So maybe that just made sense for them.
It also could have been just the one they had film of, because this could have been for like a documentary or something, and wasn't even for the game, because it's just
That's true.
like there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing about it that is like, you know, specific to the game. It's just they have this all the way through this video of the train on the, you know, like at the front of the train, and then also this aerial view stuff. It seems hard to
Yeah.
believe this PS3 game had this aerial view stuff.
Recorded this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Chicago said it's a true loop with one end instead of 2 ends. That's a good guess, honestly, because it just goes down, loops, and then goes back, which is not true of any of the rest.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
why it is.
That's a good call. It actually makes the full loop instead of some of the others. They go down, they do like half a loop, like in one direction or the other. Yeah, so yeah, that's probably it. Each line has its own personality. The brown is one of my favorites to ride in the sense that it's like very quiet, like it's like comfortable, like it has more seats that face like forward, which is nice rather than facing other people. It's like just a nice one to just like look out the window and read a book kind of thing. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Don't think I'm gonna get a good, but I lost points. Oh, I think that was from
Shit.
speeding though.
Okay.
I googled Railfans and they have a YouTube channel where you can watch trains live. Oh, that's really good.
Shit, let me look this shit up. I do really love watching videos of like of Japanese trains that just go across the countryside. Like I was just watching a totally silent video of like their shittiest, cheapest, like their megabus train line, and it's so lovely. They still give you like little cakes. You can still like lay down and take a nap and charge your phone. Like it's still a nice time.
God.
I mean, maybe people there think it's a piece of shit, but to me,
Yeah.
it looks luxurious. Oh my god, there's so many trains currently live on this channel. What the fuck? Oh my god. There's like dozens that are all currently live.
That's amazing.
The fuck?
Oh, I got 4 points. Oh, I'm above 30 again.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm so good at this game now. Okay.
You are the rail fan.
If y'all search for Railfan Chicago Brown Line, there is a post on that Chicago Transit Authority that shows you how to get this running. So huge props to that poster.
Transferred to Metro trains at LaSalle and Van Buren.
I gotta check out that forum.
Yeah, I was hoping we would have some time to kind of look through it, but I gotta know. If anybody finds any. Oh wait. Oh no, that's. Oh god.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's the corners. They're really harsh on those shits.
It's that on the right side. I think it must be the corners. Those like right side of the train track speed limits. I went over again. Oh.
It doesn't look like there's any webcams on any Chicago trains right now on Railfan, but it's like all over the U.S. There's just train yards that they're live streaming.
That's so cool.
Very cool. That's like my deer trough cam, which, as we head into the fall, the deer trough feeding cams will become live again.
This is a
One of my favorite winter activities is just watching the deer.
That sounds amazing. I feel like we got to make a stream out of that.
I tried doing that when I was first just streaming myself, and of course the quality was too dog shit to do it. So we can now that the true streams happen.
Thank you so much, Photo. Yeah, I think we're
thanks for
getting.
being here.
I think we are getting towards the end probably. This was such a great stream.
Yeah.
I felt when I first saw this, I was like, this is the perfect stream idea. It's just so chill.
It's a perfect thing to talk over. I mean, on your end, it's a lot of work to do, but it seems like
Oh, it's so fun
you
though.
found your stride.
It's so it was so fun to just, and it's like, especially in that other mode, it was just like, oh, it's fine. Like if I fuck up, it doesn't matter. It's just like, fine. So
It's too bad you can't fall off the tracks or kill anyone.
yeah,
I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see it.
I'd like that to be possible in this game.
I'm doing pretty good. I think I've almost got this. I feel like I should just I wonder if that what's online, because when I know there's a video on YouTube that got shared. This I learned about this from a Twitter thread. Oh no. Oh, I don't lose points though. Oh, I did lose a little points. But yeah, there was a YouTube video which I specifically didn't watch because I wanted to go in, more blind. But I'm curious if they have the intro cutscene, because I need to just like upload a clean copy of that.
Yes.
Maybe I'll stream more of this on my channel at some point, because it is so chill.
Yeah, we haven't even seen the other cities.
That's true. And also, oh my god, I had this idea. I've never done it yet, but I did have this idea of a sleepy time stream, like streaming specifically to fall asleep to, and this would be literally perfect.
Oh my god. That would be so cute. I mean, Photo was saying in the chat that they were getting lulled to sleep from our relaxing voices and the train visuals. That would be so nice. That's so comforting.
Yeah, they really nailed the sounds. They really nailed the sounds.
I wish it sounded like this on this fucking train.
Oh,
The
that's
reality is,
true.
like, Crankle, crankle, crankle. A million people playing speakerphone.
That's true. The people aside, though, I feel like it really. Oh man.
Oh my god, Modulo Zero. It's 4:55 a.m.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Thank
in the
you,
Netherlands.
Leash. Thank you everybody
Yeah.
for hanging out in these streams. This shit is so fun.
Yeah.
Come join the Piscord if you haven't. Follow if you haven't. If you're here, consider subscribing, because it's like September. So it's like cheaper to buy subscriptions. So consider doing that. We love our
Yeah.
subscribers.
I think we get a larger cut during that time.
Yeah,
I
like I
concur.
think it's
So,
like maybe is it like I meant to look this up. Is it like cheaper to subscribe and we get like it only comes out of Amazon's cut or something?
let's see here. Discounts on subscriptions for new or upgrading subscribers: 25% off 1 month or 3 months, 30% off 6 months. Um,
Yeah. So this
yeah.
if not today, then another. It goes for all September, so consider it.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
if you're not listening to the only podcast, that should definitely.
Seriously, check it out.
It's so good.
It's so good. What I know you see white boys with a podcast and you think I want to kill them. Don't.
That's
They're
normally
so
correct.
That's normally correct, but these guys are so good and so funny. The Wife Pentacle is one of my favorites. The Sickos read a bunch of bad posts. Those are my favorites. They have a whole link on their website of like their top tier episodes that are the funniest and like will catch you up on the shit that they always talk about, so you know their language, and it'll fuck up how you talk and think.
Yep.
Complimentary. Corpse
Um.
Brain. Yep.
Yep. It's great. And Devin has two. I think you're the only double guesto.
I think there's maybe somebody else, but I don't can't name
Small
who.
club, a small club. If you're not alone.
Yes. So I have 2 episodes on there.
But yeah, thank you so much. Go. Oh, Joe's niece. Yes.
That's right. That's right. Yes. As it should be. A very cool teen.
Oh, such a good teen.
I was the first second guesto. Wow. Lulu Finks, you are like maintaining the Anime Sickos wiki in real time.
Yeah. Oh my
I didn't
God,
even
Lulu Finks, that reminds me. You sent me that Lulu Finks sent me this amazing document that is a Freak of the Week document that has like a bunch of freaks like all written out. I meant to do that. I was thinking if we were gonna do that, if we're gonna do a Freak of the Week, should definitely be that one, but we didn't get to it.
Oh shit.
But
Oh
yeah.
shit. Thank you so much, Lulu Finks, because we were running low on truly original freaks. So thank you we will do that next time.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten it. I know I haven't done it. I haven't forgotten it, but it does need to it really good stuff. Yeah, there's some
Oh,
fucked up shit in there.
nature is so
I
abundant.
tried not to read too much of it because I was like I need to like come at this fresh for the stream, but it did say that worms are a fucking invasive species in North America. Which is really
Are worms?
yeah, which is fucked
The
up.
worms I just see?
Earthworms? It's fucked up. I didn't know that.
Wait. So Lulu Finks, if I see one of those
Okay,
guys, if I
hold
see one of
on.
those guys on this,
We're just gonna open. I said it. We gotta open the doc now. Hold on.
okay. So if I just see one out on the sidewalk, I always save them. I'll pick them up with my bare hands. I don't want them to get turned into cooked hot dogs on the sidewalk. Should I let them die? Lulu Finks? Kill him. He's an immigrant.
Okay. So this whole document is really good, and we can't look at all of this. So yeah, there's a hammerhead worm. Oh my God. Yeah. See, oh God. It's so long.
Oh my God.
It wraps its hammerhead flaps around regular worms to hold them in place. Then it slurps their shit down sloppy style. Sorry, this picture sucks. It's the only one I could find. They are invasive, but it's not a big deal because earthworms are also invasive, and they eat those, and Atlanta is fucked up anyway ecologically, so who cares? It is basically the standpoint. Now you may be saying, hold on, earthworms are invasive. Yes, some of them. If you're in Chicago, you're probably facing an invasion through your soil on a level you could not possibly comprehend. In olden times, when Europeans decided to rape and pillage the continent, they brought over big, huge boats that they could fill with the spoils of their conquest. One problem, water is dense and heavy, and boats are like 90% air when you think about it. So to keep the boats firmly in the depth of the water, they had to fill it with something heavy and readily accessible, dirt. They shoveled literally tons of dirt into the bottom of the ship as ballast, and then when they arrived on American soils, shores, they just threw that shit out on the lawn. Ever since, earthworms have been slowly creeping and crawling their way across the continent. Now they are finally reaching Canada. I know earthworms are pretty normal guys and not freaks, but I think everyone should know more worm history. No,
Whoa,
that
whoa,
is
whoa.
absolutely freak of the week.
So we've had this slow moving 28 days. No, wait, no. Were they slow zombies in 28 days later? I get them confused. But like this slow invasion where they're just now reaching Canada hundreds of years later.
Yeah. Are all
Like,
my
the clock has been ticking.
I'm in Michigan. Are all my worms fucked up?
This is Lulu. Do you want to be on the show for a freak episode? Do you want to? Do you want to
I
give us a
wanna-
freak PowerPoint?
I know.
I'm serious.
I really want to know more about this shit. Like, okay,
yeah.
I don't want to go. I don't want to spoil it because we can't do all of these right now. But look at this shit. Look
What
at all
the
of that
fuck?
shit.
And
Look at all that shit.
You've written color commentary. Okay, Lulu,
Yeah.
all right. You know, you've already proven that you're like a Sickos head. You know the Sickos lore, who's appeared on what podcast the most, episodes the most. Like the credibility is off the charts.
Yeah.
And then you've put together this incredible document. We need to have you on for a freak dissertation defense.
Please, yes, absolutely, I would love that.
Hit us
Also,
up.
if anybody wants to like fucking send us shit like this, I fucking love this shit so much. Send us more suggestions. If you know about a weird thing, like this is the autism show. Like I just want to invite everybody on to fucking talk about like info
their
dump.
autism
Yeah.
problem.
Not
Yeah.
that I know specifically for you, Lulu, if you know, if you identify that way, but like in general, like I just need all of the fucking info dumps. I just want this to be fucking info dump central. So please tell it in specifically in the join the Piscord, join the Piscord, and in the suggestions channel. We've already got some good suggestions, but yeah, tell us about your favorite hyperfixation, and
Yes,
just tell us
to have guests.
Yep.
And no, freaks can be humans. We've talked about humans before. It
Yeah.
can be good or bad. Fungi are definitely freaks, every single one of them. Yeah.
I think that I also really want to get more into. I'm gonna show that again because I'm very proud of it. The reason I had to go to the wrong screen to play it is because I forgot to make it a button, but I'm very proud of this.
It's gorgeous.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free.
It's so long.
Virtual reality.
I know.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Woo! Yes.
And then there's more song after that is what is that called? Kids Intro to the Internet or something. So that is like a 30-minute VHS. The only thing I modified is that it says the title where I put our new yeah, so that's a new segment. What did I call it? Surfing the net. Yeah.
We'll have to watch it all through again. Oh, incredible.
Yeah, Dr. Devin Price's internet show featuring producer Madeline presents Surfin' the Net. I definitely want more weird little websites as another thing.
We got to preserve the weird websites out there. We're doing important cultural work, or somebody is.
Yep. We want to know about this.
Yeah,
we need to appreciate that stuff.
Absolutely.
Fun carnivorous fungus. I have to research, but I forget the name right now, but it actually hunts. It creates traps out of mycelium to capture animals. Then it shoots tendrils into them and drains them. Oh, we love a drainer.
Listen, I'm getting horny. Like, don't. There's a whole freak of the week, like for like the zombie ants, tarantulas that like hypnotize each other to mate. Like, don't get me started. Any kind of that creepy shit. I'm nutting. So I would love to have an episode on that as well.
I'm putting that link in the freak of the week doc.
Yes.
But anyway,
Wait, the pheromone producing dick mushroom? Oh, Lulu, put that on the PowerPoint.
oh man, we really should have a Freak of the Week specific episode where we just do. But I think it's got to be like I would love to have Lulu on. I would love for people to just like we got to crowdsource that shit because the way we do it now is great, but I feel like we really got to get easily throughout. Yeah, see, off the dome.
Yeah. I mean, you've already written so much out. Like, oh,
I know
yes.
what we have is 3 hours. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
that's perfect.
Put everybody. Yes. Oh, absolutely. I wrote in
Oh
like
my
20
God.
minutes. All right, everybody. If you haven't joined the Piscord, info dump to us. We'll talk about it on the show. That's
Yes.
my favorite thing in the whole fucking planet. So,
Oh, it's so good. Thank you
all
so
right.
much, everyone, for sharing your gifts with us.
Let's see if there's anybody to raid at this late hour.
Yeah.
Our low. I have Drag Trashly playing Killer Frequency.
Okay, great.
And Maddie Duvernay, Fae Farm.
How do I know her from? Oh yeah, I think that's somebody from the like disability kind of collective thing. So we could also do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of this game. All right.
It looks cute.
It does look cute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you again to
Yes.
the Sickos.
We
All
love to
right.
see it. Thanks. Bye.